Hello, everybody. All right, finishing up the weird rap. Apparently, we pretty much finished it anyway, but we are just getting through the last little changes and stuff to chapter 5. And then so that'll be pretty quick, I imagine, and then we'll go into our larger discussion about it. Kind of like how we did last time, impromptu, but this will be a little more holistic and informed. So yeah, as usual, Allie and Travis are here, so glad to see you again.
Hello, hello.
I guess Allie is... Okay, there we go.
I was just listening to the stream to make sure we can be heard.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Leviathan. Hello. Toby, why is my controller not connecting? Toby, please. I'm Gabe. Gabe Newell. There we go.
It's just me, Gabe Newell.
Gabe Newell.
Hey, Ben.
Of course, you've seen that video.
Yes, Travis is cultured.
He played TF2.
Yes.
Even though it's more of like the Mega 64 thing, I guess. I guess. Oh my god, we forgot again. Rika, can you stream on Discord?
Oh shit. Well, luckily we're not gonna have the problem of the stream being all fucked up anymore.
One would hope.
Well, I certainly hope. I think that was my an issue of like RAM. Maybe not having enough VRAM or something. Which I should not have that issue anymore. So looks fine to me. Everything looks good to me. Ooh, Everly. Hello, Everly. Get the popcorn. Hell yeah. Where is we have a Eureka. There we go. There's that. Just wanted to put our little thing there. Ooh, ice cream. Oh my gosh. Popcorn is a good snack. I think that popcorn is... My brother was always more the popcorn eater than I was, but I think that as an adult, I have come to appreciate popcorn more as a low-calorie, fun little snack. I love that guy.
That walked away looking at it.
That might be my favorite.
The Floridans are so funny.
Yeah, I think that they're like my favorite NPC in the whole game. Allie, if I recall correctly, I was fighting everyone in this route, wasn't I? So I should keep doing that.
I believe so. I think your castle town has like no recruits.
Yeah, because everything is miserable in this run. We are after you're dead.
Can skip ahead a little bit, I can tell you that you actually can't use violence against Flowery.
Oh, really?
Susie and Ralsei won't let you.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Susie will heal him at every chance she gets.
What? That's fucking crazy. We've got to see that.
She says we aren't going to win that way.
Holy crap. All of the funny Ralsei sprites are amazing in this chapter. You gotta see the guy with the leaf.
Susie's approach in chapter 1, like it's night and day.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, her approach is so different. It's awesome to see.
It was like 4 days ago. She was like shoving Chris into a locker and like, shut the fuck up, Ralsei. I don't give a shit about prophecy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's easy to forget this story happens over the span of a few days.
Well, and I think that that's indicative of the fact that Susie was always a good person, right? But she was driven to protect herself. And so as soon as she doesn't need to do that, her natural approach comes out. It doesn't take a lot for her to get to that point, right? All of my mushrooms. Ah! Thank you. There we go. Oh my god. Fucking I'm just gonna ignore Hop Chef this run. Fuck that guy. Let's see. Trying to think about.
Music in this chapter is so good.
I have had it on loop basically since we finished the chapter. You can't. I don't know if you plan on fighting Pink, but you can't attack her. I'm gonna attack her, and I do kind of wish they let me attack more in this chapter. Oh, really? That's wow, Leviathan. That's interesting. I don't know that. I don't think I know anybody who intentionally approaches the game as an attacker. That's really interesting. God, the getting stronger sound effect like sends a chill through my spine every time.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, keep relating your wedding. Thank you, my funny friend. Okay.
Leave it here.
Yeah.
I come, San Francisco. It's
Majarona.
all according to plan.
Okay. Yes. Flowery. Yeah, I know.
Your dad's my best friend.
My best friend. Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, you should see if you can take it back to the funny worm character. Take the water can
Well, I
back
didn't
there.
think about that. Wow. You were so smart, Allie. This is why I need to have you in my life.
Well, I watched a video about like, things you can
Yeah,
do
but
in
I
the
only
chapter,
watch
so-
videos about Mythbusters and
Oh, okay. and Dave and Buster's.
and Dave and Buster's. I went the wrong way. Fuck me. I like the timing part. I also like the practice, the difference between this game and Undertale. Yes, I mean, I definitely see that perspective. The guys are okay anyway. They run away. They're fine. Yeah. You're not impacting them the same way, of course. Unless you're in the weird route. I guess which we are, but as long as you don't have Noelle, she's not snowgraving them. That's the big difference there.
If Toby didn't want people attacking in this game, they shouldn't have made the crit sound so good. Like,
Yeah.
"Wow."
Yeah.
It sounds like, oh my god, instant. It's like a goddamn electric guitar riff.
I should change that to like the crit sound in TF2. That would be a great crit sound in TF2.
Yeah, that's true. The three of us should play TF2. I
Yeah,
don't know if that would make for a great stream, but it would make for a great time.
I would enjoy that. I need a friend like Allie in my life. I'm such a dumb. I say that. I think I said this like the other day. Actually, I was like, yeah, I would just be like a mess without you, Allison. Like, I wouldn't be able to do. Oh, it was because I was trying to find the art that I sent in the Discord. I lost some of those images. Like, Ali, do you have like the girl that I drew? Do you have that picture? She's like, yes, I do. Here you go. I was like, thank you, Ali. I haven't played TF2 in ages. It is a game that Ali is immensely good at. Once again, I'm singing Ali's praises.
Now hold on a minute, because I actually think that Travis is better than me. I've been watching some of his frag films, and I think that
Oh
the
my
air
gosh.
shots and some of the things he can do as Soldier outweigh my own skills.
Damn, there's somebody better at Soldier than Allison? That's actually blowing my mind.
I didn't think I would see the day, but here we
Yeah, wow.
MGE me, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you remember what these guys were talking about with this worm, he was like, that worm will never develop.
Yeah, that worm will never develop. I guess I should have gotten the hints. I'm low-key trash at the game. I also am Leviathan. That's why I play medic, and I just give Ali the means to go off, basically. I mean, I'm okay. I have a bit of experience in Soldier and in Demo Man, and I can play the game, but I'm not a professional player. Ali has played on teams before, so I'm surrounded by amazing, talented people, and here I am watering a worm. Wow! I developed. What? He developed? Look at him, he's so cute. Look at him. Look at the ears. Little flower ears. Just a little extra water for you. I'm proud of you.
Extra drippings.
Yeah, like I had like the aura, the emanating aura. She's just insane, Eureka. Yeah, I'm constantly impressed by the people around me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I would actually MGE you though, Travis, on stream. Enrica could do the casting.
Yeah, I'll do. I think I'm a born caster. Because when I was talking to you actually earlier this week about how I went to an arcade because I wanted to. Oh, where am I going actually? This way. I went to an arcade a few years back so I could do, I wanted to partake in a Smash tournament, and I got obliterated. But what I did sit and stay and do for a while was cast, because they had like they had a live stream where anyone could just come up and cast some games, and I can do that. I can sit and talk about what's going on. I'm just not very good at doing it. So, well, I'm okay, but I'm not good enough to be a competitive player in Smash, I should say.
Well, Everly, we're gonna need people. We're gonna need baked goods, so you can feed us before the match, and that way we'll have carved up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, casting takes a lot of knowledge, but I also think it can be really fun, especially if like the pressure isn't on to cast like perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably trip up over my words while trying to do it on like a professional level, but like, I mean, sometimes just like if I'm showing you some Tekken gameplay, I'm like, oh my god, and that move was minus 12. No, they didn't even do the right punish.
Yeah, right.
Basically the same thing.
Whiffed the electric.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And you just sort of zone me out. Oh yeah, Leviathan, you're a Guilty Gear Strive player.
Yes, and Allie actually just bought Guilty Gear Strive, so I'm gonna force her to play with me.
Oh boy, if it's not Tekken, I'm not good at it.
Getting walloped every time, it's fun. Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing with Smash. I like the sensation of being just totally outmatched by somebody is kind of fun in its own right. I recall at that tournament where I got just totally creamed. The guy that I was against was doing so much better than me that he chose Ganondorf, which is, by the way, because I know you don't play Smash. Ganondorf is by far the worst character in pretty much every Smash game. And so he was like, yeah, I might as well just like have fun with this. And once again, he curb stomped me. It wasn't even close. So that was, again, fun because it was just I was so ridiculously outmatched. I do like Strive. One of my favorites is your only move is hustle. I have never heard of this.
Yomi Hustle. Actually, Callie has said a lot of praises about that game, and he's a sort of Rivals of Aether main.
Yes.
Player, but so I guess maybe there's some overlap. I'm not sure, but that game does look really fun.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before, but if Callie likes it and Callie is kind of a fighting game aficionado, I mean, I would definitely be interested in playing that. I forget if there's anything that I really need to do in here or on the side.
Let's just like open up path.
Oh yeah, this is once you open up the other 2D side scroll gameplay style.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, you could see what happens if you don't call out to Asgore here.
Oh yeah.
Knuckle it up.
I don't like that.
Suckle it up.
Suckle it up. He sounds so different than that. It's a lot lower. You know, he's usually up here. Suckle it up. Like a lot, like a lower. Okay, don't.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Ride the Vapor. Me and Allie played a bit of Rivals of Aether. I like it. I never fell in love with it, but I think it's a fun game for sure.
Smile again.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah, right.
It's all in a name.
Your dad
It's
smiles.
all in a name.
Okay.
It's all yours. Smile again.
What a bizarre little man.
That's my dreams.
That's my dreams.
Sorry to keep you, ladies. My favorite too.
Okay.
It's all yours.
I still think that those are more like worms than anything else. It's a little freaky. Okay. It's funny that Yellow is just hanging out here. Now that I know what his fucking deal is, it's funny that he's just here. Oh, they're gonna add my favorite game in the world to Rivals 2 next year. Oh. Hell yeah. Cowboy appropriate. I'm leaving you. I do not want to hear your cowboy spiel.
That's because you're a criminal.
I am a criminal. You're 100% right about that. I forget the fastest way through here. Let's see. You've got to do this. Oh, I forgot about that. Whoops. Netski, I'm sorry. You're so cute. I don't mean to kill you. I don't think we ever got any confirmation on why that line is said so much in this chapter. I don't think that we, I was expecting, the weird route to sort of explain that a little bit more, but no, I mean, it's just, I guess just kind of like this strain. Yeah, I thought there'd be some sort of explanation about, like, Noelle, like, saying something like that to Susie, be like, Chris, Noelle says something really weird to me about her tail. Like, you know, like, it's...
Well, she has a small tail, so it wouldn't really make sense. Not for swishing. It's all in it.
It's all
not
in
the
it.
size that matters, it's how you swish it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well. If you say so. Oh my god. Look at the power of friendship. Didn't you say, Ellie, that you thought this was going to be a DDR thing?
I think that was me.
Oh, right. I knew it was
Yeah,
somebody.
like when Flowery came in, instead of using a skateboard, he was gonna DDR all over it.
Right.
Start doing some default dances.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, keep an eye on this as well for
Yeah.
the weird route.
Yeah.
Think about not for the actual weird route, but just think about like what happened at the lake.
Okay.
This part here.
Oh. I don't like...
Through a boundary. A little, maybe a little related to going through the lake.
Oh.
Being led through a boundary in particular.
Yeah. By the hand. I don't like the implications of that. A whip. Oh my god, I love her with the bow in her hair. Oh my god, Susie. Sussy.
She's like PC98 Reimu.
Yes, exactly. I think it has to be Reimu. What?
Well, that's new.
Wow, I genuinely wasn't expecting that. I think I should stop speeding through things. It seems like the.
I wonder if that is because you're attacking and not because of the aborted weird route. I don't know. I have no clue why he did that.
Leviathan,
Maybe it's
maybe
because
you
you didn't
could
turn off rail save.
Oh, that's true. I had rail saves turned off at this point.
Yeah, right. Wow, we're learning a lot with this stream, it seems. I love that.
This chapter has so much in it.
Mm-hmm. Again, like some people are aware of the gamification of this world, and some people aren't. The disparate nature of that.
If Susie had a voice clip of her own, that would be cool because we'd get like canon Susie voice.
Yeah, right. I also had raw saves turned off. Yeah, I mean everyone. I mean that's the joke. I mean it's hard to not choose to turn his voice off. So I bet most people don't see what we just saw. And it's interesting that Flowery knows about that. Like who is a this is knowledge that only certain people know. How do they know it? You know, like why is Flowery one of the people that is privy to this secret, you know, for the lack of a better term, you know? And why would he keep that obfuscated from why would he keep it obfuscated from like Susie or Chris, you know? Oh.
Leave it to me.
Okay, Puzzly Wuzzly. All right, gotta move on.
To give my answer, I think it's because he's not a Darkner. He's something like the plants are something different.
Yeah.
Leave it to me.
So maybe Ralsei's not a full Darkner either.
That seems to be. That's definitely what this chapter left me with the impression of. That
Yeah, I
Ralsei's
definitely
a
wanted to
plant.
discuss at some point, like, the nature of Ralsei, because he's obviously he's not a Lightner or a Darkner, because Flowery refers to him as an impossibility. And
Yes.
Icecore is confused as to whether he's actually a monster.
Stingus.
Okay, yeah. Oh boy.
Hey guys.
I kind of thought all this fourth wall stuff would only be for comedy in Deltarune. The weird route kind of changes with the insert chapter 7. Yeah, in the Soul and Chris thing. It's definitely played for less of a laugh and more of like it's like these are major. Yeah, and like you're 100% right. The vernacular of insert chapter 7 is like that's unavoidably video game vernacular, you know. Glue. I think that's my favorite line of his is glue. Okay.
Hey guys.
I think we're getting kind of close to
Goodbye.
the springs.
Susie. Sorry about that, little guy. Smile again.
Yeah, Chris.
Forget. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Right. We're not going. Not going back. Does anything happen differently if you try to go up? No, okay. Okay. That's a good Susie
It's the only
face.
time-
That's a good Susie
It is
face.
a good Susie face. It's nearly time for Agua.
Yeah. Oh, Asgore. I'm glad that he was. I really like the idea of like him being able to see his mistakes through the fact that someone else has like unreciprocated affection, you know. And he's like, I think I need to like approach my relationship with my ex-wife differently, you know. And I think that that was growth I was not expecting from him. Frankly, I thought that Asgore was going to cling to those ideals pretty quick, pretty steadfast. And if it was going to happen, it happened like over the course of the rest of the game. But no, I mean, he was kind of quickly was like, yeah, this is kind of shitty behavior.
Yeah, I think that his appearance in Chapter 4 as being part of the kind of Carol, crew, for lack of a better term, kind of made it seem like he was pretty entrenched in this thing and that he would stay that way. But I think it's safe to say he's not really in the loop in that regard. This is just something that his relationship to the Dark Worlds is different than we expected, and it's one that wasn't too far gone. In fact, he was probably closer to kind of reaching a healthier point than he realized, because he admits he's just going along with what all the flowers want in this Dark World.
Right.
So I think that he knew that it was wrong. He just wanted to bide his time and try one last time to think about it.
Yeah. He's a more nuanced character than I gave him credit for, I'd say. Actually, I don't think there's anything that's required in here, so I'm just gonna leave. This is all like optional items and stuff, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But I have a watering can, so I mean, that's fun. Okay.
Sustingus.
It's so close
Well,
to Pingus.
At the top of that room there was Aqua and Seth, so
Oh, right. Fuck me. I thought they were in there, but I gave up. I gave up looking.
And going back to like the game elements, like fourth wall stuff, I'm not particularly clued in on what people currently believe. I know that there's like a pretty dense device theory that's going around that people feel pretty strongly about. But I will say that sort of in the last act, you could say, for Undertale, is when we really have the true nature of Flowey's control over the EXE itself and also saves and how determination affects that. You know, we have all of that kind of revealed to us, and depending on the route that you're on, you know, the true lab is revealed to you and everything. And I fear what those reveals would look like in Deltarune, and I fear, but I'm excited for at the same time what we will learn in chapters 6 and 7.
Yeah, and like I said, in previous streams, it's like, once again, Toby has demonstrated to us that he has taken cues from Undertale's writing, and he holds things until they are totally necessary for you to know. And again, obviously, the whole holding off on that information until the absolute last moment is a staple of late game Undertale, right? And you learn about all of those things. And yeah, again, I think that this is going to be just a big web of confusion for a very long time until finally things sort of make sense, all at the very last moment. I think that chapter 6, we're not going to have much more context than we do now by the end of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, because again, he's demonstrated to us through his other creations and through things that he has had a part in creating that that's exactly the way he likes to do it. It'll be the last 30 minutes of chapter 7 and everything happens, you know, and we finally get to know what really is going on, you know.
I kind of hope not, but maybe you're right.
Oh
my God, I love Aqua.
Yeah, you skin blue skin like me. No, I think she is like my number like 3 or 4 character in the whole series. I like her a lot. It's like Susie, then Gerson, then her probably. And I don't want to fight her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. I just got obliterated by that. Actually, I have a Pippis! Oh my gosh. Oh. Fuck.
Oh yeah, and on this run, if you have an opportunity to get hurt by a very slow-moving duck, you should do it.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Aqua's fight is no joke. Oh god. Oh no, I fucked it! I'm sorry, I thought I could do it. Jeez. Those patterns are tough.
That is a tricky one, yeah.
It's okay, I know the path to her now, so it'll be... Oh, and also it just spits you out right there. Officially harder than the Roaring Knight, because I didn't fail at that. Oh.
You're getting it now? Yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah,
You're getting
you just gotta keep moving.
Going back through the game, I think ERAM might be the hardest boss fight.
The Shadow Mantle holder.
Yeah, John Mantle.
It's really hard. I think I failed that like 30 times.
I remember, Rika, we call it the mantle incident.
Yeah. I was so
I think that was
angry.
the most I think that was the most you've like emotionally reacted to a fight in this game.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. That was like Undyne in the genocide route of Undertale.
Well, it's funny because now I've learned, you know, now that it doesn't matter, I've learned that there is like a particular safe spot you can do to like blaze through some of the stages of the fight.
Yeah.
Which kind of takes some of the challenge out of it, but yeah, it's very hard. I still hear those like laughs sometimes.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm getting like flashbacks, like war flashbacks thinking about it. Horrible little fight. I feel like there's so much randomness to it.
At the moment, I'm worst at the pink fight, and I know that like recency, I just haven't had as much experience. But,
right.
Oh, I barely made it through that.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, like randomness in that fight. Whether or not the friend enemies will drop healing.
Yeah.
That was what annoyed me. Was like, what's the condition for them to drop healing?
Exactly.
What
I think
do I do?
they start to drop the candy more if you die more time.
Really?
Yeah, I think that game tries to help you out a little bit.
Wow. Okay, so we just got like the suckers ending. Like, okay, you dumb buffoon, you can't figure this out. We'll help you.
I think that also happens with Flowery's fight. It does less damage if you die more time.
I see. And why is there like so many references to to Jevil in this chapter? Like what the fuck does Jevil have to do with any of this?
She's baby Jevil.
Yeah, Pebble.
I don't know. It's something we could talk about, but if I had to guess, Aqua is based on a young Chris, and I don't believe Chris started the Dark World in the Created Card Castle, but Chris did create this Dark Fountain, and therefore has, Jevil knowledge. I don't know. But yeah, characters keep saying the world is revolving. It's coming back a lot.
Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Yeah, bow, bow, bow.
I was messaging my friend while I was like losing to Aqua, and I was like, this goddamn annoying little spinning top is so amazing.
She's so good. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything that Leviathan said. I guess it must be connected. To me, the major knowledge that the... Oh my gosh. Okay, that's what we're saying. I just can't see where, whoops. The type of thing would connect to the story. To me, the major knowledge that the bad guy knows the shelter and possibly the true nature of the Dark World by the night. I guess they could be connected. Attacking with this fight just kind of... Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Only matters once. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm just trying to be as violent as possible.
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, I would do what I did, even if I had read what you had said, Leviathan. Yeah, because I'm just... I am... This run is made to inflict as much cruelty as possible. Yeah. That's okay, I don't mind reading your essays. It's just I want to make sure I'm not missing any of it. Whoops. And you gotta go right to get the thing.
Get the pfeffer.
So cool.
God, and when I played this on my own, my first thought, Rika, was you. I was like,
Yeah.
Rika is going to scream.
And I did. I genuinely lost it.
And even when you were playing the chapter blind, you were like, yeah, I'm a platforming gamer, so I'm all about platforming. And I was like vibrating, like, when is she gonna get to the flower?
Oh my god.
God. Best gameplay. Chapter with the best gameplay.
Amazing. Yeah, love this chapter so much. Okay, I get to change the controls. I don't like how it's set up this way. There you go. There we go. I like that a lot more. What's up here again?
And lots more.
Just a little money. Yeah, I genuinely think that this chapter was made for me. I don't know how Toby Fox reached into my mind and pulled out all of the important things that would make me fall in love with it. Like the Japanese thing, I've been learning Japanese for 2 years. I love platforming. I love gay things, like, I don't know. He just, he's fucking...
Can't forget the mouse train.
The mouse train?
Yeah. In Orange's segment.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, I choose you. And Orange is like, what are you guys talking about? What is that? You guys watching Danger Tick without me? It's a little Parappa 2 reference.
Yeah.
Ellie, you really pronounce your T's, and I don't know why, but it's very satisfying. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Scottish, so I suppose every now and then you can kind of tell, but I've been talking to Americans on the internet for so long that my accent is sort of this weird hybrid, but yeah, I probably get that from the Scottish accent.
Yes, Scots
But
are very particular about pronouncing their T's. Even if they slur every other.
well, yeah. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, it's something I don't know if I've ever verbalized that to you actually, Ellie, but it's something I also notice and appreciate because me and my dumb American brethren just can't speak words good, you know, and here you are just, you know, it's not even your native accent and you're, you know, you do it better than the average bear.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I think.
As usual, yeah, yes. As usual, you're of a higher class of lady.
Well, that's why I'm a little diamond. I got my little.
Yeah, wiggle it around.
While we're glazing alley, I think your speaking voice is very pleasant.
Oh, wow. So I'm gonna cry right now.
Yeah, this is the actually the
much.
alley appreciation stream. Everyone
Yeah, 'cause
has to
when
say it.
When I first started talking to you and like listening to you, I was like, I got this like exceptionally chill energy from you.
Oh my god, thank you. That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Especially because like anxiety makes me think that I'm just outwardly freaking out all the time. So that's really reassuring. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you like all our voices? Yeah, I think we've got a good range of voices, the three of us. You know, I'm sure that for the viewer, I don't go back and watch the VODs of these, but I'm sure that for people who are watching them, you know, it's pretty clear who is talking and when. You know, and I think all of our voices are uniquely awesome. You know. So
I'm definitely gonna have a fun time editing the chapter 5 VODs that you've got because I want to have a part where it's just a compilation of all of your most verbal and vocal reactions.
Yeah.
Where you're like I don't know, I kind of want to set up where it's like you're like, huh, let's dive into chapter 5. Whoa! Oh my god! Whoa!
Yeah,
oh
I'm
my
just
god.
like ah!
Yeah, super cut of all of it, and then we get to the slower paced stuff.
Yeah. Weirdo girl. I love this song, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's such a simple little like piano. It's like a slightly detuned piano. I really like it.
I wish that I hadn't heard a version of it that is Sneakers O'Toole.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my friend sent me that.
Fucking Sneakers O'Toole version.
Next time you hear it, think about it. It's I'm not taking my sneakers off.
My name is Sneakers O'Toole. I can already hear it, which makes me a little mad. I like Sneakers O'Toole, but come on, don't do Aqua like that.
My favorite of Eureka's reactions was, "You like Gurren Lagann?" But I am biased because it was to me and about Gurren Lagann. So that was a really great moment because, I mean, we've been having like we have some regulars like Shay and Everly have been coming in here and they've been awesome for sure.
Yeah.
But when you joined and like sometimes you can just kind of tell immediately like same wavelength on these things. Like,
Yeah.
on something like Gurren Lagann, it was just like you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, you found the right streamer. Yeah. God, I fucking love Gurren Lagann so much. Actually, I've been wanting to make like long form videos about Gurren Lagann for a while, and Kill la Kill and like how the comparison of themes between the two of them. Yeah, I think that they're just really, really fascinating stories, especially Gurren Lagann. I mean, I could sit and talk about that all fucking day. straight up all fucking day. Yeah, to find someone that also really likes it, you know, I am glad there are more people like me, because there are a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I know Gurren Lagann, or like I watched until a certain character died, you know, the people in like the vernacular of, you know, believe in the me who believes in you has become like a meme in anime circles for years, you know, and so people might know about it kind of tangentially through those things, but like I can't imagine a world in which I watch that show and it doesn't like change the fabric of who I am, because that's exactly what happened to me. Yeah, it was so important to me as a young person, and still is. I feel like every time I watch it, I come away with new ideas about myself in the world. Like recently, I got the Ultra HD English dub versions of the movies, because I love the dub. I think the dub is impressive in a lot of ways. Not perfect. I mean, I think that $1 and $1 Okay, you're right. So it wasn't one of the pink dollars. You have to pay this guy. Okay, I thought that you had to pay a pink dollar to him for him to explain what the pink dollars do. I missed that. But yeah, I think that the dub for Gurren Lagann is exceptional, even though it starts off weaker than it ends. Like by the end, the characters get the voice actors get a lot more comfortable with it. You can tell, and so it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a little shakier, but I still think that it's all. I think it should be considered among some of the greater dubs, like Cowboy Bebop and shit. What are some other good dubs? I can't think of any right now, but Baccano, yeah, like, I think they should be spoken in the same breath as those. But I gotta tell you what, I don't think that the movies are nearly as good as the anime itself, but the performances on that English dub of the movies, I'm glad that I finally, because I waited for like a decade to finally, I was like, one day, I hope that they go back and do it, you know? It's just in Japanese. God, I wish it was in the English. I can't wait for one day, and finally they did it, and I watched it a couple months ago, and I was totally mesmerized by the performances. Just such an amazing job from everybody all the way through. If you haven't heard that dub performance, Leviathan, strongly fucking recommend. Absolutely cannot sing the praises enough for the movies there, even though I kind of think that the second movie is bad in a lot of ways. Unfortunately, I wanted to love it, and I think the first movie is pretty good, but All the Lights in the Sky Are Stars, not a great adaptation in my personal onion, because you did Rossiu so bad. You gotta have Rossiu. Gurren Lagann is one of my favorite stories ever. Is tied for number 2. What is it tied with?
And what is number 1?
Yeah, what is number 1? Yeah, like what? I'd be curious to know what you consider to be the superior story.
Also, Travis, you mentioning Baccano reminds me that that's our friend Callie's. That's like one of his favorite anime, and I've been meaning to watch it forever.
It's also been on my list.
Seen it.
Oh, really?
I know it's got a good dub.
Yes, I know that. That's about the only thing I know about it, is that it has a good dub. Yeah, it's been on my list, but the problem is with my anime list, it grows faster than I can finish things off, and I'm more excited to watch the things that are you know, at my forefront of my mind. So the things that are a little bit further back get further and further back, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Oh, I love these guys. I don't mean to beat you up, little birdie. Yeah, so you did mention JoJo's. Yeah. Unbeatable, which mostly because it's very personal to me. A game called I know Unbeatable. That's one of the games I was debating getting on the summer sale, actually, on Steam summer sale. That game looks really cool. And if it's something that resonates with you, I'd be interested to play it. And you know, if it's something that is a personal story to you, I wonder if I could, it would glean some information about your experiences to see why it resonates so much with you. It seems like a really cool game. But yeah, and JoJo, you mentioned JoJo. Yeah, again, that's one of those that I gotta be mean. I'm mean to Susie. I hate you, Susie.
Well, remember.
Yeah, remember. You did mention JoJo. Again, it's one of those that I had kind of a weird experience with it, and then it's been, but everyone's like, oh, you gotta watch it, and then it gets further and further away. But since you like it so much, I have moved it up to, like, I think it's the next one that I'm watching after I finish. The next anime that I watch is going to be finishing My Hero Academia with Allie, because we watched everything up to the newest season, but not. We watched it like 4 months before the new season released, and then I just never caught up with it. So I'm gonna finish that show, and I fucking love that show too. I know that it's got some, like, it's not a perfect story by any means, but like I think that it is a very interesting perspective of I like how Deku is obviously like the hero, like the main protagonist, but he's not really actually. Like, everyone kind of is their own hero. Everyone is just as important as everyone else, and I think that that's a really cool thing. Whereas, like, with Gurren Lagann, like, Simone's obviously the most important character. He's always going to be the most important character. Although, you know, Rasu and Kamina and Yoko and Nia are all very, very important to the world. It's a story about Simone, and it kind of begins and ends with him, because it is his story at the end of the day. And I like that. I like his character. But I love how diverse the perspective is in My Hero. And I also love how the payoff for characters sometimes comes really late. Like, for example, Endeavor. I won't say anything for people who want to watch the show, but he's my favorite character, because the way that he changes is just so freaking cool. And his big moments are some of my favorite moments in anime, just in all of anime. So, because it takes him a long time to get there, you know, and as someone who has had to do a lot of learning and growing as an adult, you know, doesn't happen all at once, you know, and I think that that's it's cool to see an anime. How do I get the fuck out of here? Oh, I remember now. It's like down this way, right? I walked right past it. It's cool to see anime that like shares that perspective of like, yeah, I mean, sometimes people are stubborn or they don't know how to look at things in a different way, and they have to give that time. Kind of like Steven Universe as well. Steven Universe has that kind of theme baked into it as well. And that's why I love Steven Universe, you know? I like anime. I like animated stuff. There we go. Let's see what you said. Absolutely should. Story is, music is illegal and you do crimes. Yeah, right. It's sort of saying like Gurren Lagann is about robots fighting each other. Yeah, exactly. It's a little reductive, right? While it is true, there's much more to it. Yeah, totally agree. I have intentionally left myself as little information as possible about Unbeatable, because it seems like a game that I also would really resonate with as someone who makes music, and music has been like the most important part of her life. It seems like a game that I think would be really cool to experience, and I think that I would have a personal response to it as well. So I'm like, blackout, no information on that until I play it. And I'll probably play that on stream. I mean, just in total realistic. Oh, I forgot you gotta do this. Just be realistic. I probably will play that on stream because it seems like a fun game to stream. I feel this guy. Wee. Oh yeah. Gonna break up the wallet. Give me my other wallet. Ali Travis, are you still here?
Nope.
Oh gosh.
I hate anime, so I walked away.
Yeah, it's like, this bitch talking about My Hero, fuck her. Music is very central to me as this person, and so it is too for you. You'll absolutely really resonate with it at least a little bit. Yeah. Kind of figured. Yeah, I mean, my whole life, I have wanted to do nothing but be a musician. But that's what I want to do. If I had any say in the matter, I would be a musician forever and never. There's no difference. You know, if everything worked out in my life,
get hit by the duck.
I will get hit by the duck. I remember that. I remember. Yeah. I have been playing piano for 21 years, and I've been producing music. You know, for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, and you know, it matters a lot to me. And I've been singing for a decade. You know, like, performance in like music means so much to me. And if my life worked out the way that I wanted it to, I would be making music 24/7. And as much as I like streaming, and as much as I like the job that I'm doing now, I wouldn't be doing it if as soon as that would work out, I would probably, well, I probably wouldn't stop streaming because I'm enjoying it, and I have done it. That's where that gift comes from.
Look at them go.
Use it our strongest. Use it again. Beaming with pride. Oh, they're so cute. Look at these goobers. Okay. No, you're not a dummy. A good dummy, yeah. I should have done that the first time. I should have known to get hit by the duck. It's harder to do it with Seth in the way. Get the fuck out of the way, Seth. But yeah, no, I like streaming, so I'd probably still do that. But like, if everything went one way, I would just make music all day, every day. Oh my god, there's so much to this fight that I haven't seen. Amazing. It's boring if you don't say anything back. Oh my god. Okay. I'd like to see your reaction. In my opinion, the best experience of the ending is on New Year's past midnight alone in a dark room. That's really interesting. I could wait until New Year's and stream it. I wouldn't be alone because you would be there, and the rest of the chat would be there. But I could do it like a solo stream if that's like an important aspect of that. I could do it alone. Because I would like to have you. I would like there to be witness to my reaction. Because especially if you were interested in that, I'd like to record it. Maybe I just record it. Maybe I just record it and then upload it as a VOD later. The possibilities are endless in life. Yes, 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 Flowery. Yes, yes,
But
yes.
all roads do lead to Flowery.
Every single one leads to Flowery.
They all lead to a handsome man who's kind of annoying.
He's a little
All
annoying.
roads lead to Jeroma.
Jerona. Jerona. I'm gonna turn you up a little, Allie. You're a little quiet in my headphones.
Oh, I'm just small potatoes.
Nah, you're a big old tater. In my heart. I love how he just like kicks you out. I thought this was really interesting. You get to see a lot more perspectives of Asgore than you ever do in Undertale. In Undertale, I hate to say that he is a flat character, but he does not have a lot. His perspective of things is pretty clear kind of as soon as you interact. I mean, you have like the whole, oh, he's such a nice guy, and then he's like, oh, he wants to kill you. But like, there's not a whole lot beyond that. In this, I feel like you get to see like all of the degrees between those two sides in this chapter, which I think is good, because I always found him to be a very compelling character, even though we don't get to see a whole lot of variation inside of him.
I think that in Undertale, the narrative does a lot of heavy lifting for who Asgore is. You know, we know what he did, we know his deeds.
Yes.
And so people talk about him, which kind of removes the necessity for him to do much talking himself.
Exactly.
But in this game, he gets to do a bit more of like the, domestic sort of daily, like slice of life kind of things, like running Flower King and interacting with Chris. I mean, also, Asgore's your dad in this game. He's not your dad in Undertale, which is a big difference as well. I mean, Toriel is kind of like a mother in Undertale to Frisk, but not. It's different. It's different, and it lets you see more sides of them.
Yeah,
which is great because those are two characters that. Those are two characters that I agree. I wanted to see more of Asgore. I think because of the prophecy panel that showed Asgore as a future sort of boss situation, a lot of people were hoping that he would get out the trident again and be kind of all, get the Asgore theme and everything. But I think that the direction that they went for this chapter with Flowery is better. Than if they had just done like it's Asgore boss fight again.
Yeah. You're so smart. Your brain is so beautiful.
I'm not taking my sneakers off. I'm still sneakers too.
Yeah, I'm sure that Siva Gunner has gone crazy with these melodies. I did part of that for my New Year's, but if that's my plan for New Year's, if you end up streaming it, I would end up missing it. Okay, well maybe I just play it at some point. Maybe before or after New Year's slightly, because I would want you to definitely be part of that in any case, because same way that I am going to be playing Cult of the Lamb soon, because a friend of mine wanted me to did I give it to her last time or did I refuse? I think I gave it to her.
I think you or them.
Or gave it to them.
I think you did, because we didn't know what it was.
Right. I'm gonna, yeah. It's so funny to imagine that Birdly has pupils. Like the great mind of Birdly is admired by these flowers.
I mean, any tactician would know that Birdly is highly skilled. We're coming up on the kind of differences that we want to see.
Yeah, I'll stop speeding through at this point. A very nonplussed, I'll say. Rather context-based.
What a predictable creature.
It's so extra what's going on with this. I think I kind of glossed over it the first time, but this is just a ridiculous sight.
It's like the queen statue that Birdly made.
Yeah. Very similar vibe there.
I would say go left instead of right first if you want to see the hot springs.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right.
It's at the Flower Castle's left end, so
Yes.
presumably after you've messed about with yellow and blue.
Right. I'm gonna avoid you. There you go. Huh. Oh god, no! Bug.
Also, if you are able to remember where they... If you're able to remember where the bromide room is, there's a little difference with that on this aborted route.
Oh, I thought I could kill him without that. Okay. Whoops. Well, that's a way to get through with it faster. I can get my way, find my way back to the bromide room. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. No, I think this is probably also the same. Yeah, this is the same conversation.
Parade their body around the town, like...
That was so fucked.
No.
Well, wait, will you stopping after the hot spring differences or finishing the whole chapter? Probably stopping. I'd say. I don't know what your guys' perspective on it is, but I think that I would just want to get to the last changes and then be done. And then maybe at some point we finish it up, like as chapter 6 comes out, we can wrap up chapter 5, just for a recap more than anything. What do you and Allie
wonder? Yeah, I would say to give room because it's a little later for me than when we normally stream. So
Yeah.
for my sake, at least, if I could say, I would like to have our Deltarune Chapter 5 discussion after we see the main differences. I was gonna say, I actually don't quite yet understand how the save file situation works for this, because I recall hearing something about a flag that is made. A flag that is made if you see the insert chapter 7 screen.
Right.
I don't know if you still have that flag on this save now that you've gone back and aborted the route. I don't know. I wonder if perhaps it's indelible, like it can't be removed. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I'd imagine that it's like a trigger that no matter what you do, it's like part of your save now. Like you'd have to like uninstall the game. But that's just my inkling. I don't know if that's true or not. Because that's how it works with like Gaster in Undertale, right? Like when you see him, it's like a under the hood sort of element that like you've seen him, right?
Yeah, and also another thing I do know that is tracked is if you choose to say stop to Noelle in the lake, it tracks how many times you say stop.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know this?
It's in the code. It's been determined through the code.
Wow, interesting.
It's on the wiki. It's interesting. I don't know, Rika, if you're familiar with the warning or the request that Toby put into the code of Undertale at the beginning.
No. I don't know anything about the code of these games. I'm not someone who really thinks that... I don't ever really go into those nitty-gritty details of games.
Well, it was something that Toby clearly wanted to play around with, was this sort of like ARG element.
Right.
Don't dive for the gun now.
I'm trying. I do find it this widespread. I do find that particularly hard to avoid. Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah. So there's an audio file that plays. It's layered at like the very top of the folder. So it's the first file that you'll encounter if you're kind of snooping on the data files of Undertale. It's not there anymore, but when the game first came out, it's a series of like FL Studio default text-to-speech voices that are kind of spooky. And they're basically asking the listener to not reveal any secrets that they find in the files, because it's impossible to have secrets nowadays, like with how the internet is.
Right.
Right. So he says, like, if you leak what you find here, I won't make any more secrets for you to find, and it will be your fault.
Wow, it'll be your fault. Wow, I mean...
And then it plays the, like, sort of Gaster-esque laughter you've come to expect. So all of that being said, I think that once Toby realized that, like, okay, there's no stopping people from going through the code. They're not going to stop. What if I use that to my advantage? Because now the code contains things that I think are intended to be found. Like there's a lone voice buried in unused code that seems to talk about being lost in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is...
Sorry. I find his, like, bipolar nature very funny. Like... Gigot.
I love how Ralsei and Susie try to avoid the guilt of what they've done.
Yeah. Amazing. Anyway, sorry, Ellie. I interrupted you.
No, it's all good. I mean, all of that being said, you know, there's definitely stuff that's meant to be found in the code, but I know that you're not particularly a fan of stuff that's not in the game.
No, I am
important. So.
Yeah, I'm a believer of if I can't experience it in the game, then I kind of believe that I think that actually the weird route is not good. Not that I don't enjoy playing it, but like I don't like the fact that there is a weird route and there's really no way to stumble upon it naturally. There's no clue in the game. There's no
technically chapter 3, the Mantle side story in chapter 3 could be understood as sort of like a clue that you're supposed to go back to chapter 2 and, you know, freeze enemies with the white robe.
Well, okay. All right. I mean, I see what you're saying.
But we didn't experience it that way. We haven't played Deltarune with chapter 3 out from the get-go.
Exactly.
We only got to hear about it through... Oh, I don't want to interrupt this. I'm just going to find a place to bury myself alive. Have a great one.
Yellow. That yeller feller. Yeah, and we experienced it as chapter 2, and like you have to be clued in, you know, and that's simply, you know, you just have to know. You have to know. Okay, chapter 3 makes it a little clearer. That's nice, but I don't know. It still rubs me the wrong way. I don't like the fact that there is something that you you could technically never see. Well, it is part of the game. I guess I. Oh my God, he waves the white flag if you hit him. That's really sad. Actually, I'm really. This is miserable all of a sudden.
Leave. He can't run away because he's a scarecrow, so I guess he can only do a white flag.
Oh my God, you're 100% right because I gotta kill him.
No, he's out. He's out.
Oh, he's just out. He just. Okay, he just is gone. Okay. Okay, you can't experience the game. You are right. I rescind my statement about the weird route.
But there are things that are extremely hard to know about, like the egg. I don't know how you would find these things. I mean, again, Chapter 3 does hint at it, but going back and forth between rooms is something that I wonder how many players would experience naturally without being told how to do it. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and the reason that I feel this way is that I think that everyone deserves to have the same experience if they look hard enough. If they really go through a game and try and scrounge every detail that they will have the same knowledge base as everyone else to find things in the game. And when you abstract yourself away from that. Yeah, like the egg, I would have never figured out the egg thing. To this day, I would not know about the eggs if you hadn't explained to me, this is a mechanic, you need to go and deliberately find these things. Would have never experienced it. And that bothers me, because it means I would have had, if I wasn't friends with you, I would have lost out on an entire narrative thread of this video game that I care about so much. And that means that I will never have the same experience as everyone else, you know? And I think that everyone who experiences media should be able to experience all of that media without necessarily needing to invest time into researching things, you know? I don't like to research things. Actually, I like to try and avoid research as much as I can because I want to experience games naturally. And I'll only go and do research if I absolutely need help on something. So yeah, it's just kind of contrary to the way that I view media in games, which is I understand people who don't see it the same way that I do, but that's just the way that I feel about it. I want to donate so bad. I should probably not spend money until I have a yes, Leviathan. I forbid you from spending money in this stream until you are making money for yourself. I would feel immensely bad about that. Yeah, it's okay. Your input is valuable, and your presence here is worth more than any dollar amount could say. Seriously, I really appreciate. Oh, something about a sliding JPEG gets me every time. Yeah, your presence here is the thing that's valuable. How am I supposed to know I'm a fan? Well, you are, so, you know, when Allie's not in the call, at the very least, you know, but it's okay, don't worry about it. You will eventually earn money, and if you want to donate to the stream, then you can, but please save what you have until you can spend it, you know? And best of luck in finding a job, by the way. I know that the job market is freaking terrible. So I hope that things go well in that respect. Fingers crossed and all that, you know. I don't think that I picked up you can hit these last time I did this. I think I was trying to like go through without hitting them. I remember because I got hit a whole bunch during the section. Can you like do something to his gun? Oh, I thought it'd be cool if you could like make it like shoot down and hit him or something. Okay, we're almost there to... I think we're almost to the section that we were trying to get to. There we go, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. The hyper punishment gun, because he wants to fucking kill himself in the most egregious way possible.
I was looking for the friend inside me, but all I found was an enemy.
Friend inside me. I'm as much as you like Undertale and Deltarune, Travis, I'm surprised that you know about Friend Inside Me, because I mean, how many people are clued into Toby Fox's Tumblr of all things, you know?
Well, it's funny you say that, because this character existing on screen as he does right now is sort of exceptional. Not only do people know about Friend Inside Me, but there's also been an ongoing, I guess, joke theory that a distorted version of Woody would become an eventual enemy in the game.
Yeah.
So when people saw a cowboy on screen, they thought, no fucking way.
Yeah, friend inside me broke containment quite a while ago.
Okay, maybe I don't use the internet the way that I used to. I'm sure I would know this if I was still like on social media the way that I used to be. But I'm just not there anymore, you know? I just watch YouTube poops all day. That's all I do. That's all day, every day. I'm like, haha, dinner blaster, haha, you know? Yes, you're my ally. Thank you. And I love how this is like a male character. Like, he never makes any allegations on like gender confusion. This is just like a guy who's like wearing a tutu. I like that.
Flower in the shape of a man.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that.
Talk to the wide Floridan.
I didn't take any that I did, but I think you're in trouble. I forgot if you talked to me, but I think you're in trouble. Dude, that's a really funny, like, talk to you twice line.
I guess you have to talk to him earlier, but there's a line where he's like, "Oh, this isn't a sword. This is a big stick of butter that I snuck in." And then you talk to him again. He goes, "And I've been licking it."
Dude, amazing.
Floridans are. I didn't expect to love the Floridans so much, but
They're so funny.
Yeah, very funny. I love the color palette as well. I love everything about them. And I'm also lazy. Yeah, I mean that is. I feel that, girl. I fucking feel that. Pieces of a giant gun. Corn scented rope. Does that mean that's made like of corn? No, but corn husks are green. It's like the leaf on the outside, right? So that wouldn't be corn husk. You like corn fiber. You like dry out corn kernels and then like. I can't believe how gruesome this is. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Aqua. I helped. Oh, I need the evidence here. I don't think I've finished. We still have a little bit more to go, right? It's through the end of the blue room, right?
yeah, I believe we have to finish the blue trial,
Okay.
and then we'll get to the hot springs.
Luckily, I kind of get what's going on with it. In the blood splatter, I also forgot about. Oh, Okay, I kind of love Yellow. I was like saying he's a Dumbo in a derogatory way, but I actually kind of think he's like how weird and like skittish he is. But he has like such a strong sense of justice. I think he's actually a great character.
When I first played this chapter, I was kind of grated by his shtick, but the more I see of him, the more I like him.
I agree. I think he's really great. The more I see of him, the more I'm like, that's a cool guy. Hey, cool guy. Cool guy. Hey, cool guy.
Oh my god,
guy.
you know about Cool Guy?
Yeah.
Dude, where have you been my whole life, Travis? What the fuck? We were like destined to be friends, apparently. Christ in heaven. I keep thinking the blue is something to avoid. Oh yeah, I don't have to do the evidence on this. I just have to beat the shit out of him.
Oh, Yellow steps into the fin. That's so cool.
Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, and then the healing rain.
Oh,
So I guess you have to do the trial, huh?
maybe.
Yeah, it looks like they do it every 2 turns, so I guess I'll just, maybe Allie just double check that, but I guess I'll act if I have no other choice. Do you have any idea, Allie?
Let me take a look.
I'll try fighting them, like, 2 more times, see if that loops again. Oh, gosh. Oh. I don't know why this one gets me so bad. It gets my goose. It gets my Susie goose.
It is impossible to damage Blue. Because
Okay.
of Yellow protecting him.
Okay. And you can't do enough physically, you can't do enough damage in the game in 2 rounds to take down Yellow. So you simply have to... I need the evidence. So let's go get some evidence and then do the trial. For a chapter that introduced this many characters, they all managed to be so good, which is totally fine. Yeah, he really knows how, even if a character doesn't have a lot going for them, like they only have like 3 lines of dialogue, he makes a way he finds a way to make them all feel very unique from one another. I always, whenever I think about this, I think about the shopkeep in Snowden with the little sister bunny, where you don't really get to talk to her all that much, but I always recall the genocide route where she leaves like a piece of paper on the thing and says, "Please don't hurt anyone," you know, like, or something to that effect. Like, "Please stop this. We've abandoned. Please leave us alone." And it's like that's such a small thing, but like you can tell that her demeanor is changing. She is desperate to save the people around her and keep some kind of normalcy. And I think that's just so creative. It was
Seth
with the book. Yeah, of course, Seth with the book.
Yeah, I think the bunny lady puts out a sign that says, "Please don't hurt my family."
Don't hurt my family. Yeah. Yeah, please don't hurt my fam. Like, yeah, that vernacular. Like, don't hurt my family. I don't know. It makes it real. This is a real person that I'm, like, ruining the life of. And something about that, oh my god, fuck. I really don't like that pattern. Let's just do heal prayer. I somehow get hit every time on this one, even though it's so easy. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my brain. Let's get some of the Scar Elixirs out. Yeah, I love that bunny character, the bunny lady. Oh my god. I'm fucking up, guys. I think she's really interesting. And it's so little. There's so little to her. But I can't help but be like, every time I think about Snowden, I think about her. And I also think about Gerson in Deltarune, or in Undertale, and how he's like, yeah, as long as I don't leave this shop, you can't hurt me. You know, I'll just sit here and mock you. You know? Like, I literally didn't even think about him the first time I interacted with him. I was like, okay, it's just a shopkeeper or whatever. But then, like 2 lines of dialogue makes like, oh, this is actually like a really interesting character. It takes so little for Toby to turn a character from like something very, could easily be forgettable in someone else's hands. So like, I could never forget about this character. He is a great musician and a great game dev, but I think he is the best at characters. Like that is the thing that he is just pinpoint, laser focused on, and he does such a good job. And I've always been impressed by him on that point specifically. Shirt vandalized and turned jet black.
This is green with the shirt.
Yes. Yes. I don't know. yeah, the popcorn patterned, or the corn patterned shirt. I did want to use that shirt. Oh my Christ. I need help. What is wrong with me? It was her with the blood, I believe, as she says.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand this fight. Oh my god. Oh my lord. I mean, I gotta use my healing items anyway. It's fine. 79% on that. I should get rid of the Pippus in my fucking inventory. I could use anything for that space. Anything in the world. I'd rather have the dog dollar than the Pippus. Oh, I need more evidence.
I've always been a fan of the Pippus. A real Pippus person.
Can't you ask him about Deltarune in Undertale? Yeah, in chapter 4. Yes, I believe that you can. I think that he mentions the symbol and you can talk to him about it. Yeah, and I mean, that's evidenced. I think that's a cool detail because Toby has stated before that Undertale is the game that he was trying to make and kind of failed to make. And it was like, okay, well, I'm going to make this other game because the game that I wanted to make was like too large of a scope and I couldn't do it. You know, he couldn't do it at that point in his career as a game dev, and so he's like, I'll just make this other game and make like $1 billion and change the face of indie gaming. Let me just do that real fast. You know,
typical Toby.
Yeah, typical Toby. And that's evidenced by the fact that yeah, Gerson is in it, and clearly that is a character that came from that original idea that he had, and he put little Easter eggs inside about the game that had not been released yet. I think it's really cool. And it is kind of easy to overlook. I understand why people do overlook him in that, because it kind of rendered a little differently in that game, and it's not like you have to talk to all the shopkeepers. I can see why people would miss it, but, you know. It was this, I believe. Yes.
You definitely gain a greater appreciation for Gerson the shopkeeper after playing Deltarune, in my opinion.
Yeah, I haven't played Undertale since Chapter 4 came out. I need to do that. I think it'd be fun to come back and look at that game from a different perspective. And yeah, also specifically Gerson. Yellow is so self-destructive. Oh my god. My mess of a man. Fragrant melancholy. I like him. I was,
You three are so bad after all. You guys did a pretty good job.
you know, it beautiful. I also felt the same way that you felt about Yellow, Ali. It's like he's kind of annoying. I kind of don't like him, but now it's funny now that I've seen the end of the story. I can't not like enjoy his presence.
Yeah.
Maybe go back and save here, by the way. Just in case.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we could
Is
save
there a
Scum.
save point near?
It's
Outside the door.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
are.
I ain't no scum.
You're holding it the wrong way. No, I ain't.
Yeah, for a pretty
No,
comedic
I-
scene. Yeah.
Oh, there was a save point right there.
Well.
Well, if you'd like, since you
Wait.
have a save point. But restarting the game might mess with your stream.
Why? What's up?
Well, just because the weird route stuff is with Susie, but there is a funny scene with Rosse that you haven't seen yet. So I mean,
I mean,
but
you could also
check-
quit to the title from the menu.
True. Well, do you want to see the funny Rosse scene as well?
Sure. Okay, I'll see the Rosse scene. Because I did do the Susie one. Yeah. I do.
But then the weird route stuff is with Susie, so we'll reload.
Right. Hang on with Rosse normally.
Right, normally. I feel like there might be something over to the right.
Hey there, little guy.
Yay, Raleigh. How's it hanging?
Get down from there.
No.
Nah. No.
How can you still be messing around? You know we're gonna seal your dark fountain, right?
Oh? Are we so bad for having a dark fountain?
Obviously. That's why you need to let us...
Really? So, would that mean the one who made this dark fountain is a bad person too? What, Cattail got your tongue? Oh, wow.
I don't need to talk about this with you. Especially in that pose.
Whatever floats your flower. But I wonder if there's someone else you should talk to about it. Okay. So does Rosse know that it's Chris doing it? I mean, that kind of obvious. I mean, the way his reaction
I'm sure he
there.
does.
That's interesting, though. Again, why is he familiar with these meta elements, but he wasn't aware of what was happening at the end of the fight with the Dark Knight, with the Roaring Knight? Like, he seemed surprised by what happens there. I don't know. Again, we just don't know. We just don't have all the cards.
Let's, go, Chris. Chris? There's a hot spring here. Did you want to try it?
You gotta try the freaking hot spring, dude. Do not relax.
Oh, my glasses are fogging up.
Oh.
Sorry, there was some water in my eye. Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Well, you know my answer.
uh, maybe she would float like a crocodile? Or wouldn't it be silly if she used her tail like a propeller?
Cannonball! How many points was that? Touch your nose! Hey, let's get out. Pretty sure that stupid spits through water.
Sure.
That was incredible, and I'm glad
That's what I
that-
saw on my normal playthrough.
Me
I'm
too.
glad that I saw that. Okay.
The booping of Susie's nose, and she just like. "Bark." Oh my god, it gets me.
So you can also talk about the Dark Fountain with Rousey, and it's a little more serious. And then there's the Susie stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, guess we gotta go see
Do it all.
that. That'll be worth going.
No.
I'll go do that real fast. Flowers.
Hey, Rob.
Rhoda.
Yeah.
Hey, Jazz.
I love the little animations he has in the water, and also the glasses fogging up. You do not know this version of me, Travis, but for the majority of my life, I had glasses, and I got LASIK eye surgery a year before I moved here. So,
Interesting.
I am very familiar with this experience. He's got such pretty
Also, like,
eyes. Yeah, I love it. He's so cute. Oh my god.
Right, how do I say this? I don't think there should be more dark fountains, Chris. No, making them is bad. It's very bad. The more darkness gets released, the closer the roaring becomes. And if it happens, I believe it will mean the end of the story. But, Chris, yesterday, when you played that giant piano, your performance, it had something beyond the notes. After you left for the festival today, I tried to play that song too, on the piano in Castletown. But I couldn't do it like you. Even if we pressed the same keys, your fingers just know something that mine don't. You must be really special, Chris. There's a reason why you're the hero. And that's why I'm putting all my faith in you. That no matter what path we take to get there, that even if you do something I disagree with, all it means is that I don't understand it yet. Right? The end of the story. We have to avoid it. We have to.
We have to avoid the end of the story. That's an interesting clarification.
But at the same time, I do believe if a happy ending does exist somehow, it's with you, Chris.
Oh. I'll let you guys decide what I would do here. Do I do the Ralsei shipping, or do I be a miscreant?
Well, you know my
Shit.
vote. Drink all the water in the entire world.
I'll you know, this chapter had a lot of Yuri in it. We gotta get some other kind of love going. Non-binary, maybe trans woman love. That's how you do it.
Chris,
Get him all! And this is also and blah. How many points is that? What? I can't hear you. Let's get up. Okay. My 3 little goobies. Goobing in the wind.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that dialogue, so I guess Rosse knows that Chris does some unusual things, but doesn't question it necessarily.
Yeah, and it's interesting that he has the same perspective that I've been saying this whole time, is that we just don't understand this yet. We just don't understand what the implications of the story are yet, and we won't until the very end. But it's such a fascinating... We have to avoid the end of the story. Like, the prophecy ends badly. Like, we know that for a fact.
Well, you saw how Susie reacted to the last panel.
Yes, but the implication was to save the world. There's only one way. Like, the implication is that they do, but what Rosse just said kind of subverts that. It's like, we are trying to rewrite history and prevent that thing from happening. That's a new wrinkle, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, the implications there are kind of scary, actually. I'm sure not as scary as what the fuck is about to happen in this scenario. I don't like the fact that the last bit of the weird route happens with Susie, and I'm scared to see what happens to my girl.
well, if you want to, Chris, I'll find something to do myself.
Oh boy.
Susie, all flowers can be messengers of love. Think, which flower represents a memory which unites you two? A language only the two of you understand.
So, like, that pink one could be good? Because it's like the one I ate in front of her house. I could say, like, hey, sorry about last time. I brought seconds.
Oh, just perfect.
Blue, is these flowers blue or lapis lazulis?
Oh, yellow, let me help you, dear.
Thank you very much.
Susie, you've grasped the nuances now. Adieu.
I guess this flower's okay. Guess I should practice giving it. Chris! What the hell are you doing just standing there? It's creepy. Chris, guess I just got embarrassed. Little splashies.
I will backseat just one option so that you get like the most dialogue.
Okay. Hey, earlier at the beach with Noelle, I guess you were asleep, right? I don't know how much you overheard, but I think... why is it so hard to say? Me and Noelle, maybe... we kind of like each other. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't be concentrating on that, but... all I can think about is her. Her smile, her laugh, her heartbeat. Chris, I guess you were sleeping, but at the beach when I carried her into the water, it felt like I I could have kept holding her forever. What am I saying? This is all stupid. I can't. Someone like me, it's not gonna work, right? Chris, be honest. What do you think? Is this the thing I need to be backseated on, Allie?
No, it doesn't list that option here, so...
Okay. I said this last time. I should do this as a funny. That's not the point, dumbass! I guess I was already just excited to be her friend. Being more than that, I want to. I'm just... Chris, did you ever like anybody? ...
is your option here.
Okay, guess not. Meh. Not like you got much choice in this town. Though, like, if I can be, weird here for a sec. Before I knew you, I kinda thought you and Noelle were a thing. And I know that's not true, right? I mean, she likes me. So why does she have to talk to you all alone? Why can't either of you tell me what it's about? Why was she excited and you were... Cat's getting in the way. But that's not all, right? Why was your hair all wet? Why did both of you seem so far away after? I don't get any of it. Chris, I know this is stupid, but can you just tell me if I've been getting in the way of something? This is the choice, isn't it?
Well, I will say it's the weird route choice.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I just don't want to choose it. So this is gonna like destroy her mentally. I'm sorry, Susie. Whoa! Chris, hey! Don't. Okay, I get it. I was worrying too much. It's probably just family stuff or something. It's just good whatever's up with you two. It's over now, right? Glad to have it back, Chris. Glad to have you back, Chris. No.
Hey, you two. I don't mean to interrupt, but we do need to go seal the fountain.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
I took a bath. Did you two have fun?
Towel.
Oh, clean.
So that is all of the weird route changes except for the bromide room. That is very slightly
Shit.
different.
See, I forgot about
Really?
that.
Well, I can tell you what the change is because it's subtle enough to where I don't think it's worth going out of your way to go find it. But it
Okay.
is kind of a haunting change. I can tell you if you want.
Yeah, I want to be thorough, but also, if it's really just a very minor thing, it probably isn't worth it. So yeah, just tell us what's going on with that.
Well, you know, it's like Flowery taking a bath is like the bromide picture.
Yes.
There's a birdly rubber duck.
Yes. What? They don't hang out with you?
Oh no, they don't want to be around you. It's only Aqua and Chris.
Wow. Jeez.
Because your love is cracked.
Does this change?
The birdly rubber duck is not there. That's the only difference. There's no birdly
That's
rubber
the
duck.
only difference because he's dead.
Because he's He's in that snowy grave.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Leviathan, they will hang out with you and have many extemporaneous, is that a word?
Yeah.
Does that word work here? Impromptu? Yeah, they'll have many conversations with you here in the cafe if you do not attack. Oh, don't do that anymore.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that last thing one more time.
I was just saying to Leviathan that if you spare everyone, then you get like a lot of dialogue and interactions here in the cafe. But if you were an attacker, they don't like you.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I don't blame him. There's not a lot to like about this this Chris from an outside perspective. Obviously, Ralsei and Susie like Chris enough, but yeah. Okay, well, what screen would you like me to be on? A certain screen in here for our discussion, or do you want me to like go to the menu with the fountain, or like what would you like for the background of this to be?
Go get the Flowey bromide and just keep pulling that up on loop.
I think I won't do that. Thank you for the suggestion.
I say go to chapter select so we get like the wow.
Okay.
Wow. You know that sound?
Okay.
I want to hear that sound.
I Travis, you're a bit of a rascal, aren't you? You're a bit of a little stinker.
I'm the grumbler.
You. Okay, the Grungler joke is I'm warming up to it. I'm warming up to the Grungler.
Yes.
Oh, you wanted me to go to end program, didn't you? Or chapter select?
Chapter select, yeah. 'Cause I like that sound.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Oh, well, Leviathan says that she agrees with it, so I think I have to go and do that. Let me go. If Leviathan says it and Travis says it, I gotta fucking do it. So I'll do it periodically. I will interrupt our conversation periodically with.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's off.
You've lost me as a recruit now.
I'm sorry.
My little
Allie.
diamond character is gonna go wow and run away.
It's
It's not safe.
it's this way though, right?
I must admit, I do not remember where the bromide.
Yeah,
is.
it's over here. It's over here.
This is where you get a pink coin.
Oh, it is. This isn't the bromide. It's off to the left of something. Frick.
Oh yeah, this is something I keep wanting to mention, but there's never really any good time for it. You know Hacker in Castletown?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It says something like, he's hanging out by like the station that they've set up to like give Susie a makeover. And he says, "I think this is Dress to Impress from Roblox." But if you talk to him again, he says, "Remember to obby for pink coins, then it's Catgirl time." And I find that really funny, because obby is a Roblox term that means obstacle course, or essentially platform.
Interesting.
So he kind of like told you how to find pink. It just sounds like a joke.
Interesting.
I just think it's a very silly detail that he kind of gives that away while being Roblox about it.
Yeah, for
I also
sure.
think obby is like that's like a very Robloxian phrase. I don't know.
Well, it's also obby is also something people say in RuneScape as well.
Is it really? Maybe it's not from Roblox originally then.
Well, I mean, it's just a way of... Well, it's short for obsidian in that circumstance. I hope I'm going the right way. I think... Doesn't this... No, this is the stage. Where the fuck is the bromide?
You'd have to continue the story a bit, because it's at the top of Castle, where the dog appears under Ralsei's act.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's a bit further away.
All right. Well, I'll go there, but we can start our conversation now. So I know, Allie, I know that you had a lot that you wanted to say, and you wrote down some stuff. So why don't you begin our discussion with, you know, whatever your thoughts are. You know, what do you think about Deltarune up to this point? What are your takeaways?
That's a pretty big question. It's tough to really encapsulate it. I guess there are a lot of questions that come to mind after finishing Chapter 5 in particular. Sort of like where my mind is going is we learned a bit more about how it's not just kind of a binary of Lightner and Darkner. There are also plants, which are living things, but take on new forms.
Yes, kind of like how the Lightners do. You know, they take on new forms. It's not as drastic, but they take on new forms.
They take on new forms, but Flowery specifically says higher forms of consciousness, which I find interesting. So,
yes.
I don't remember, does Deltarune have like pet animals that aren't sentient beings? I mean, they must, right? Because Chris acts like a dog. Like a puppy dog.
Yeah, but dogs are like people. The whole...
Well, if there were animals that were not sentient, theoretically they would become sentient in the Dark World because they would access a higher form of consciousness.
Good point, yeah.
Well, all of this being said, there's... It's not this room, but there's a room with like a ton of terracottas, and if you knock all of them off, there's a special dialogue.
Oh, okay.
But it takes a while.
I'll do it.
Well, I guess the main topic that I wanted to bring up with that relates to that is, what is Ralse? You know, Flowery seems to talk to Ralse as if he knows what Ralse is, and as if Ralse is not kind of being forthright about the nature of what he is. Is Ralse some kind of creature that is alive in the light world and then takes on a higher form of consciousness? Also, Ralse pretty explicitly revealed fire powers in this chapter. And that's a little odd. I mean, it's something that we know that like Toriel and Asgore had access to in Undertale, but by all means should not necessarily
lends more
to in this game.
Well, lends more credence to the idea that Ralse is based on what's his face? Azrael. Yeah, and so I think that kind of confirms that more or less, is that it's not... people have said, you know, there's a whole like, no, look at the differences, you know, like Chris can tell the differences, but clearly there is a... when we do eventually see Azrael, we will not be surprised about how Azrael acts or what he looks like. You know, like clearly there is a direct connection, but why? But why is the big question? Why is Azrael being referenced to? Why is Ralse in any way related to him? I think that it is still the whole like a picture in the pocket of Chris, of an original character based on Azrael. That's what I personally believe, and it seems like everything that we learn pushes us further and further into that direction. But I don't know if you feel that way. I know, Ali, you've had a bit of contention on that idea, and I don't know how you, Travis, how you feel about that either.
Well, you also have to consider that Ralse can move freely throughout all of the Dark Worlds. So I don't know if the object theory is sustainable in that regard.
Well, why not? Because Ralsei is only ever in the world that Chris is in.
Actually, this chapter disproves that because at the very end, Chris walks Susie home to the closet in the school. Ralsei is there and greets Susie in the castle town. Chris is
Shit,
not in
you're
the castle
100%
town.
right. You're 100% right. So Ralsei is an independent entity.
The diner.
Leviathan says, I do think something interesting about the Ralsei situation is that he's described as a prince from the dark, unlike Darkners and Lightners, who are both from the light world, just the Darkners are transformed. There isn't really anything else from the dark specifically. Yeah, he mentions waiting in the dark this whole time for
Yes.
the heroes. It makes me wonder, the Titans are described as
Hey guys,
manifestations
I
of the
think I found
fear
glue.
of darkness. Does that in some way imply that Ralsei is a manifestation of another concept? Something like light in the dark or hope? I mean, Rick, I assume the contention that you're referring to with me is that I have said that I almost don't want to know what Ralsei is.
Yes.
I mean, I'm curious as anyone else for sure, but I think it would be a bold choice for them to completely omit that and have it not be important. But I am curious, especially because we seem to have a lot of development for Ralsei as an individual, only for it to kind of continually become more complicated. Like chapter 3, we have Ralsei like playing games and kind of making his own choices. Chapter 4, we see him really bound by this prophecy, and sort of, duty bound to suffer indefinitely. And in chapter 5, we have the whole kind of Flowery's attitude toward Ralsei, which implies that there's more going on with him. So he keeps surprising me. He keeps making me think that, I have an idea of who he is, and then he changes again. So while I do think it would be a bold choice, I am curious, and I'm curious, is Ralsei something like a plant? Is Ralsei something that this is interesting as well, just while we're on the topic. Not that I don't want to ramble too much and not let anyone else speak, because I sometimes do that, but just while I'm thinking out loud. Flowery talks about something underneath the town that's brewing, or something growing underneath the town. And there's this prophecy panel that says roots, and there are 2 trees. I know that, again, this is like another big theory that people have, the roots theory. But if Ralsei were somehow connected to this, expanded root that was underneath the town, it would make sense that he can travel to and access each dark world. That's not the only way it could be possible, but that's one angle you could look at it from. Oh, we're on the mouse train.
Interesting.
You guys are weird.
I'm sorry. Explain it to me one more time. Maybe I'm not understanding.
Flowery talks about something dark growing underneath the town. We know that something bad is in the shelter.
Yeah.
But if there's like kind of a darkness brewing and it's all the way underneath the town, it's possible he's referring to something like vines or roots that are spreading underneath the town. Somewhere in chapter 4, there's a prophecy panel that's a house in between 2 trees, and it says roots.
Oh
above it.
yeah, you're fucking right.
And this has led a lot of people to believe that there will be some connection to the shrubbery, to the forests of hometown. Lost where the forest would grow, the children follow the pointed tail. That's another message from chapter 4 that references the forest. So the roots thing, Leviathan says, the roots thing is also interesting because it's the name of the song during the chapter 3 secret boss game, I believe.
Oh.
Treats some importance symbolically with the Eggman. Let me see.
Destroying the trees, yeah.
I know Digital Roots is one of the Spamton tracks.
Bit Roots is the name of one of the tracks in the dungeon, in the video game.
Yeah, and that dungeon is you access it via the shelter.
Ah, oh my god. Revelation.
Holy shit.
So if there is some kind of dark root spreading underneath the town and creating all kinds of negative growths that we will eventually encounter when we do make it into the shelter, you know, is Ralse a part of that? Is Ralse something that grew from that root and sort of pollinated, you know? It's also the symbolism of water representing darkness, which I was going to talk about later, and water is, of course, important to trees. Yeah, there's also water. I mean, we have depths. We have this this image of the depths in the Goner Maker at the beginning of chapter 1. We have the water in the lake. We have the song coming from the sea. It's hard to really pinpoint what is happening in the midst of all of the symbolism.
Yeah, like what's a relevant piece of knowledge that we could use with our information now to come to some sort of conclusion? What is just like so far away, or maybe even like a red herring that like is more poetic than anything that you know is meant to obfuscate our true knowledge of what is really going on.
Travis, do you have any other thoughts on Ralse before I think of something else to talk about? Like on like what Ralse is, or if this chapter gave you any ideas.
I mean, I think we can kind of narrow down like what he's not. I don't think he's a plant, because it says somewhere in chapter 5. I think Ralse says it, that like plants are too delicate to leave their dark world. But maybe that's just flowers.
Yeah.
And they'd also wilt in the dark, which Ralse has been in the dark for a very long time, so...
Well, if Ralse was tied to the dark roots under the town, then theoretically he would be in all of the dark fountains, because he is... If it spreads underneath everything, then it is naturally it's going to be part of any dark world. So I mean, maybe that makes the most sense narratively, that he either is a fragment of, or maybe he is the embodiment of the dark roots growing under the town. You know, they are so big. There's nowhere you can go in the town that doesn't have them. And therefore, he is always there.
Yeah, that's sort of like the kind of direction that my head was going to for Ralse being connected to the roots. Something else as well. Oh, sorry.
I see Shay in chat. How you doing, Shay?
Shay! Hello.
Hello, Shay. We are talking... This is some serious lore business while Rico sacrifices many terracotta men
yeah,
to the void.
I was told to do this, so I am doing this.
This is where it starts to get like very kind of theory-y, so I will try not to get too caught up in this.
Okay, Matt Pat.
But well, it is just a game theory after all. I will say one of Malleus's sort of item recipes that you can see even now before we have access to the items required is a I think it's one of Malleus's items. There's a pure crystal that has been purified by the cat, which I guess would be Sham. So I wonder if these lost dreams that create shadow crystals can be purified somehow. If Chris's lost dream to become a monster like their brother turned into some kind of shadow creature in the dark, in the school where they wished the most to be someone else.
Mm-hmm.
If that was then somehow purified and turned into someone like Ralsei.
That's a really interesting perspective, Allie.
Well, there's no way to really prove it, but you know, it's just a game theory.
Well, it's as good of a perspective on Ralsei's origin than anything, than anything I've ever heard.
Also, just in terms of vagaries and vagueness allowing for double meanings, the cat could also be Catty, who we know did some rituals with Chris. So.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope Catty gets to have more prominence, because I like Catty.
I'm sure, obviously now, because we are aware of her interests, I think that she will be. I think she will come up a lot in chapter 6 and 7, when we are not in the throes of Noelle's dad, being dead or something. It'll do something.
Chris, I don't think pushing statues off the ledge in this room will do anything else.
Sorry, I just had to.
It's okay. No, you do it. It's gotta do something. You can't let me do something and expect me not to do it. We're almost there.
You have to wonder if there are any other characters that maybe have been in the Dark World and are choosing not to disclose it, because
Chris looks like they're having fun, so.
Because in chapter 2, we see, after we leave the room, Chris's room that we get trapped in, we see that Caddy, Jockington, and Asriel have rooms in the cyber world.
Yes.
I assume
And actually,
that was because they are...
a thought just occurred to me that might be because they have profiles or search history on the computers in the library.
That was my understanding. Yeah.
But then we do know that there was a dark fountain before that Ralsei doesn't know about. So if someone like Asriel is involved in whatever happened with December, it's possible he's been in a dark world.
That's possible. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we really don't know anything about what Asriel has or hasn't done, because he's been a non-character that everyone's only ever been vague about the guy. No one's ever said anything concretely other than he smells like cinnamon and is nice and is at college. Those are the only things we know, pretty much, and was friends with Des. But obviously, Des was the coolest person in the whole world, apparently. So, yeah, it's hard to know, whether he has any involvement with it. I feel like Asgore would have something to say about it in here, in this chapter, as he is in the Dark World himself, because surely he would know about it. Surely he would be if he was really truly investigating what was happening to Des, what happened to Des, he would be aware of that, and at some point say that to somebody, or to Chris themselves, right? But it never comes up, and so I don't know. It's hard to say. It's possible, but also, who freaking knows? I'm gonna push him off the corner. How's that?
Do it.
Great job, Chris. You did it. Did you have fun?
Allie, say it.
I was serious!
Oh, sorry I made you yell small at me, Chris. A little, yell. And,
I was serious.
You don't have to keep saying, exclamation point over and over.
Yeah, they do.
That's a new sprite.
That's a good sprite. That
serious exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
legend, true legend.
Leviathan brought up Sham in chat, and I do want to talk about Sham because I think Sham is going to be very important in the next chapter or two.
I certainly hope so. I hope the shadow crystals aren't sort of heading to kind of like a non-conclusion. I would love to, because Sham has already kind of explained that they're incredibly powerful, or hinted that they have a lot of strength, just not a lot of the will.
Yes.
To continue on and to fight.
Yes, they have totally like lost the spirit of whatever power that they once had. They've given up whatever fighting spirit they had. Yeah.
And that kind of fits thematically with the idea of shadow crystals being like lost dreams.
Indeed.
Yeah, interesting.
There's a lot that Sham knows about them that they're not letting on, and it could be something as simple as like, well, if you want to know how powerful it is, why don't I just give you a demonstration, and then it would be like kind of the first time that we go directly from shopkeeper to a battle. Or it could be something deeper and something darker.
Now, little detail here. I don't know if this is relevant, but Sham's theme, Lantern, is basically a rearrangement of the Rude Buster melody.
Oh.
Is it really? They have the same motif?
Cool.
Oh. Oh. Ooh. What? What?
Silly.
Yeah, I had no... let me think about that. Lantern's like... Dun, 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 dun. Beautiful rendition, I know. Let me play it in my foobar.
She's gonna go
This
on
Lantern is like... And Rude Buster's...
Interesting.
Oh, you're right!
I never picked up on that.
Ooh. Oh boy. You see, again, it's like... I hope that's the case. You know, when you get Gerson's, when Susie gets Gerson's axe, description says something along the lines of like it has no special powers, but in order to get it, you became stronger. I could see Sham's shadow crystals kind of having the same conclusion. Like, you know, what are they for? Absolutely nothing. But you sure, you know, gained a lot of strength along the way, didn't you? That kind of thing. I don't want that though. I like, maybe it's too easy. Maybe everyone's thinking it, but like, damn it, I want to fight that powerful cat.
Yeah.
I want to fight that cat. I want that cat to be an incredibly difficult boss fight. I want Sham to have, because I really think Sham is very cool.
I like them a lot. They're one of my favorite characters in the whole game so far.
I love the idea that they were the one to imprison Jevil, because how strong do you have to be be stronger than Jevil?
Yeah, it not only to be stronger, but to imprison, you know? It's not just stronger, but like, so totally stronger that you're able to subjugate them. Yeah, Sham, I love this rendition.
We go Chibi.
Go Chibi. Yeah. I find his demeanor very interesting. Again, he is privy to a lot of information that made him just totally give up on himself and the world around him. And for someone like him, who evidently was something, you know, maybe was the thing in this universe before us, in the Dark World before us. You know, I don't know. It's just like, will we become Sham? Like, are we inevitably heading for that same kind of destiny? And what would cause us to feel that way? You know, I really like him. And again, we won't know the answer until it's too late, basically, you know? But, yeah, I like him a lot.
Something I want to mention is, I believe it's described that Sham is torn some way in the light world. And they seem to imply that they're of ill health, or at least like they're on the way out. They've got no like kind of hope for themselves left. Oh, there go the yummies. So this was something that was revealed by King in the beginning of this chapter, in Castle Town. But King's... Oh yeah, I don't think you can fight in this fight. You have to... Yeah, because they just get so many yummies, they just get healed up. King reveals that the scar on his face comes from being a torn card, and due to that card being torn, the deck was thrown out.
Yeah.
And that is what gave King the motivation to turn against the Lightners, was being abandoned. Now, that makes me curious what happened to Sham. I mean, we kind of get the idea that like Sham is an old cat plush that has seen better days and needs to be restitched and things. If that were to ever happen, you know, you can't really fix a torn card from a deck. I mean, maybe you can, but it'd be easier to restitch a plush, I think.
Yes.
It also makes me think that if Rase is something that Chris abandoned, like their headband, if maybe that feeling of abandonment, or of throwing away those dreams, you know, like neglecting an old plush can lead it to have all kinds of hopelessness form in the Dark World. Or whatever Rase is, it kind of had the opposite effect, turning them into something more positive. I don't know. I just hope we fight Sham. I hope we fight Sham. I hope it's cool. And I want to see them use that staff. I did not know that Lantern and Rudebuster... Because Toby said that most shopkeepers in the rest of the game will be using Pink's theme from this game.
Oh,
for
interesting.
the shops. I guess Pink is technically the first shopkeeper that we fight.
That is true.
But it's the idea of like, we're gonna go for, well, I mean, you fight Spamton and you fight Gerson, whatever. It's the idea of going straight from like, we're in the shop to, okay, now we're fighting and you're killing me and I'm dying and I have to, oh god, I gotta use all my items. Anyway, I have rambled a lot.
That's okay. You're literally a third of this.
No, I know. I don't want to overpower the conversation.
I want to go and see what everyone else is saying in the chat. This chapter, you heard a certain power, yeah. It's really certain power, right. I noticed that it feels too specific to be a coincidence. Maybe the Shadow Crystal is the same place as somehow. Yeah, I think more Chris, you playing the same power Chris does. It's a bit random, but Chris and I'll say both having color pink of neck accessories. Maybe they're connected closer than we think. I'm sure it's purposeful or even matters. Could be honestly, Toby does like using visual details for subtle hints. I wouldn't be surprised if matching pink scarves weren't just a design choice, but it's hard to say if it actually meant anything. Not sure if it was a random design choice or it's deliberate. I think it's odd how shopkeepers are always related to secret bosses. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. I haven't even thought about Ram.
Little
I kind of
old
hate
Ram.
I kind of hate Ram. I don't know why. I I just
Why you
find
gotta
him.
do my boy Ram like that?
I don't like him. I don't like Ram.
Shaman Joe, everybody, Spamton is both. Gerson is a shopkeeper at Undertale. Pink is shopkeeper. Yeah. And the one that stands out is, of course, Chapter 3. I like Ram. Yeah.
Oh. I couldn't really tell you
I've got
why.
a soft spot for him, but I can understand if you think he's a bit of a shady character.
I like his he once again has this kind of like miserable air about him where like the world has already ended, but like we're still waiting for it to happen, kind of like how Sham does. And I find that very intriguing. Yeah, I don't know why, but I think he's a cool character, and I like the fact that he is tied to Chris, and is really, again, is privy to knowledge about Chris, and like is trying to actively help Chris, in a way that kind of sidesteps the main narrative of what's going on. I can't help but be interested in that, and even though in all, he's a very minor character, even in, it's not like he's the most important thing, but it is just strange. They could have easily uh Toby could have easily written that character to not have anything to do with Chris, but no, I mean there's a relation there, and I think anybody who has a relation to Chris is instantly interesting,
Yeah, that's fair.
because they have something to say about what Chris's demeanor and perspective is, you know. Yeah, I find them interesting, even though they are very there's only they only get a couple of lines that are in any way impactful. But I think that it is enough to be make him a good character. Oh my god.
Freedom's just a thing for big shots, love.
Yeah.
He can be a bit on the nose sometimes.
A little. Oh god, I'm gonna lose this.
Getting all kinds of rewards.
Goodbye. Yeah, Ellie, what are some other things that you wrote down to discuss?
Did the normal NPC kill Onion-san?
Did the normal NPC? What do you mean?
So, normal NPC is the sort of file name for the big striped bluebird that says weird things in this game. You know, like I love reading books, especially the books upstairs, and you can't go
Oh.
upstairs.
Yeah.
And then when you go to speak to Onion-san again, the bird is there and says, I love don't, especially the wait or whatever. And then if you speak to him again, he's like, wait, don't.
Right. Right.
That was in chapter 4. In this
Mhm.
chapter, the bird is selling takoyaki, like octopus balls. Don't, even if it seems important.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, selling octopus balls for 2G, which is a currency that doesn't exist in this game. And when Susie eats one, she's like, it just tastes like raw onion.
What?
If you recall as well, Onion-san last said, like, I'm gonna go explore this song I keep hearing under the lake,
Yeah.
and see if I can make a new friend. So he like descends into the water,
Uh-huh.
and now the bird that was there is now selling some freaking some raw onion. So people have been putting those pieces together to assume that this bird that says very peculiar things is a murderer and a demon that has killed Onion San in cold blood, or whatever onions have.
Layers.
Exactly,
Layers.
cold layers.
Interesting.
I guess there isn't really much room for discussion. But...
No, it seems likely, I guess.
I also wrote down what will truly become of Noel joining in chapter 6. I think Ralse will start to feel discarded. If the party can only have 3 members, and our mage is Noel instead of Ralse, I mean, that's going to be pretty bad for him.
Right.
What happened to Rudy? Is the next fountain going to be in the hospital, or maybe the Noel, like the holiday residence, the mansion?
Sorry, say that again.
Will the next fountain be potentially in the hospital or in the Noel mansion, the Noel residence?
Yeah, those seem like the most likely place. I think that Rudy is going to be the figure for chapter 6. I just have I mean, he's going to be a point of discussion.
Thank you, Shay. Shay says, I'm one of the best narrator we got for our stream. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Allie, you're a hit. And I'm not surprised by that, because you're awesome. Also, I still can't find... I did the entire second half of this. Oh, it's right here. I didn't have to do any of that. Okay. This is the way to the thing, right? To the...
It's wherever you can find like a series of vines on the far left of the room, and break them and go through.
No, this is not it.
I think that's further up the castle.
Yeah. I'm just gonna end up replaying the entire chapter to find this stupid picture of Birdley not being there.
Ooh, Leviathan has something to say about Chris.
Yes.
That's my
yes,
my
Leviathan. You did mention that you had something to say. Please, share with us.
It's kind of funny how we've got 3 people in the call, and each of us have a corresponding Blorbo in the main 3. Allie's Chris, Eureka's Susie, and I'm Ralse.
Yeah, exactly. We're just the real life versions of our characters, you know, of these characters here. So, yeah. And yeah, Allie is definitely running the show for this.
Don't forget who's running the show.
Wow. I know what you're talking about there.
It's news to me.
Ah. Still a bit of a banger, I believe.
It is.
I was never... I didn't really like that song.
Really?
Yeah. It's a little...
Why?
It's a little tacky, in my opinion.
Damn.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what makes it fun,
No,
though.
it's
It's showboaty.
Yeah, well, okay, sure. Are we sure that it's down in the right section of the castle?
The bromide room?
Yeah, I'm still trying to find this fucking bromide room.
It is found after breaking vines past the pink point location near the last room area.
So that...
Went all the way to the left to access a secret room. So
That-
yeah, you have to pass...
I think there's 2 bromides, and I think one of them might be near one of the mysterious puzzles.
Oh, okay.
If I
Bromide
remember
F
correctly.
has the weird route change.
Which one is
I don't
that?
believe that's the one in the bath.
Okay. I think that's the one
Bromide
that's further
R.
on. Then.
But
Doesn't have any
if it's the
differences.
one I'm thinking of, it's at the end of the game. I have to get through this area as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not like getting further and further away from our goal.
We won't get to see Flowery's boob window wearing Ralsei's outfit. That's the other bromide.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting. Let's see what Leviathan has to say. There's this thing where we can see characters thinking, even as they don't say it loud. Especially when Noelle in this chapter's weird route. We never hear Chris talk, like actually talking, but it is implied often. This is part in chapter 2 around Spam to Neo, where Ralsei is like, "Why are you screaming?" But we have no indication. Yeah, you're right. We have no indication of that. And it's even more interesting with the beginning of this weird route with the empty text boxes. Yeah. That is a really interesting analysis.
Yeah, Chris's voice is sort of left only to be implied and not to be heard. I think Noelle describes it as a mumbly, deadpan voice, which makes perfect sense for Chris. But we are not able to hear it.
Well, I think because we are the voice. You know, like whatever deal Chris made with Carol, that was the sacrifice of like your agency has been taken over, and the fact that we cannot partake in we are not able to in any way interact with Chris as an individual entity is part of that. Chris's animations are a lot more stilted and less frequent than other characters. We don't hear their voice. You know, I think this is all intentional because we are the ones that have been given those things from Chris. Like Chris has given up those things and transferred them to us, and we are the conduits for those things to happen and to experience the story. Again, why I don't know, but yeah, it is really a fascinating perspective as to why, you know, like I don't know. It's something I haven't really fully formed thoughts about, but yeah, we don't get to really know Chris, which is why I said that Chris is the people who know Chris are instantly interesting because they're the only real conduits other than these little tiny like Chris you're screaming things where we get to see like who Chris is, like what is their deal, and those tidbits are important because we are bereft of anything. We get none of it, zero, zilch. So you have to scrounge up these little details about Chris because they seem, you know, although they are stilted, they have been described as stilted and weird and all of these things by people in the universe like Noelle. She's like, they're acting differently. Like whatever we are seeing is still an aberration from whatever baseline weird normalcy that Chris had. Yeah. And I for one want to see a version of this game where Chris does have agency and how like it changes. We will never get that, but like I constantly am wondering like if I wasn't the one that was calling the shots here, what would Chris do? Like what would their expressions be? What would they feel like saying in this moment when I'm not forcing them to say it, you know?
Yeah, that would be very interesting. One thing that gets me is that on the weird route, Noelle comments that like, yeah, Chris is different from the old Chris, but nobody else seems to notice. That's the detail that's kind of bugging me. Because like it's been established that Chris speaking via the soul sounds different from Chris normally. Because I think Noelle says it's like whatever Chris says is on speakerphone or something.
Yeah, she does say it's like their voices coming through speakerphone.
When is that?
Chapter 2, I believe. Or, no, I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it's
chapter
chapter 4.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you came to, Chris, you came to visit me, and you didn't sound like you do now, with your voice sounding like it's coming through speakerphone. It was you. It was your mumbly deadpan voice. Finally, you were back.
Yeah. Wow.
But, yeah, Noelle also stipulates multiple times that no one else has noticed this change.
Yeah, and when Noelle's talking to Susie, she mentions like, Chris has been behaving differently. They've been acting kind of weird. But then Susie says like, I don't know, that sounds like normal Chris to me. Because I think Susie has really only known Chris from the start of our time in the game.
Yes.
Whereas Noelle has known Chris a lot longer. So I feel like Noelle, I think she feels like she might be going crazy because nobody else is commenting on how different Chris is acting or speaking.
Right. But yeah, nobody else really has enough of a perspective of Chris to really tell what the difference is. Again, Noelle is a very important character, so I have to. Okay.
It's a little worrying that Toriel hasn't said anything along those lines, unless she has and I'm forgetting.
Or Asgore.
I don't think they have.
Leviathan says, is Azrael supposed to show up in town next chapter or the one after? Because that will be an interesting interaction, Azrael seeing how Chris has changed. I agree that it will be interesting, but I don't know when Azrael is scheduled to arrive, because the beginning of the game says next week, but we're still only, I think, 4 days away from when things started.
Yeah.
We technically, if each chapter is a day, each chapter is not a day, so we're not going to make it to a week if we go at this rate. There'll have to be some kind of, either one chapter will have to be really long and like get there,
multiple
or we'll have to
days,
skip a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I'm really hoping will happen, is Azrael showing up and being like, Chris, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? And, what, maybe...
Yeah, not to place the weight of expectation on Toby, but I will be incredibly disappointed if I don't see Azrael or Des.
Yeah, December... I'm so curious... Story aside, I'm so curious what December's design will look like, because I've seen so many fan interpretations that have all kind of homogenized into one agreed upon canonical December.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious how Toby's vision would differentiate.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. Yeah, December. There's so much under the hood with her. Fuck me.
Yeah, especially with the detail we got in the weird route that Des left, presumably of her own volition, instead of being like taken or whatever, or just going missing.
Yeah, right. And she seems like she was quite a free spirit, and so I could see her just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk away from my life one day. But that's not really, it's not like she seems like she's treated like a missing person, no matter what. But why would Noelle approach it from the perspective of she left, and because that makes it sound like she that she's out there and okay and doing fine, just doesn't want to have anything to do with her old life, right? No, but everyone around her everyone talking about the situation is like, she's gone. Like like as far as we know, again, she is dead. She is an entity that no longer exists. Again, that's why the family keeps her room the way it is. That is a thing that families do sometimes when children die. You know, it's like we'll keep it the way that it was. So why does she have that perspective of death? Why that vernacular? Why use that word? So much to unpack with death. Again, we only know just the slightest little bit.
Oh, Leviathan, you were saying Toriel was saying something about Azrael's visit being very soon. I just looked it up. Yeah, she said just a little while before we go to bring Azrael home. That's what she said. So, could be, soon, could be, question mark. Also, the possibility of Noelle saying that as a less brutal way of saying that she did something more intense to herself. Yeah, it could also be that in Noelle's sort of, in her newly found kind of desire for freedom, she's recontextualized what happened to Des, you know? Des isn't missing, she simply grew out of this town and did the impossible, which, you know, Noelle now wants to mimic. Something along those lines.
I wonder if this is going to turn into a Laura Palmer situation. Where, like, sure, you can go into, like, the Black Lodge, and you can be Dale Cooper and try and, like, uncover the hidden realities of what's going on. But at the end of the day, like, this is a girl that was murdered by someone. You know, and there's no, like, fixing that. And you can't, like, save her. I wonder if it'll all come back to, like, yeah, she's dead, and you know, like, obviously, Asgore is trying to, like, put things back together. A lot of people in the story are trying to, like, put things back together for one reason or another, but I have a feeling that there are things that are lost. I mean, Des is the lost girl. You know, not a recoverable girl, but she's lost, and yeah, I wonder if there's going to be some kind of, like, even if we get to interact with Des, and even if she is alive, she will still be lost for all intents and purposes, no matter what we do or what we say or the actions that we make. You know, I don't know what you guys think about that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think about the nature of the shadow crystals and how the night is kind of like a living shadow crystal in a way. And if that is the sort of like a remnants of December that is completely lost and you know, cannot be recovered. Obviously that's kind of tying her to the night, which is much more of a petty theory, but thematically, yeah, I mean, you can, you know, think of like the old man, right? Like a dark world can be made by a loved one, and that specific darkness can create someone like the old man again from his ashes, but you can't really bring him back from the dead, and you can't go back in time to when he was alive, and he's gone. Also go up and left here.
Me. Fuck me. I guess I get to do it again.
Or... Oh, even Susie's like...
Yeah, I know. I'm getting tired, I'll be honest.
No, yeah, me too. Oh, no, yeah, Leviathan, I picked up on that, don't worry. I was trying to look at it from another perspective, but yeah, there's also the possibility that Des did something like that, and Noelle's just kind of either unable to say exactly what she did or just doesn't wish to.
Right. Hold on. Let me just read what Leviathan
But if something
said.
like that happened, it would be interesting to think why Asgore would assume fault for it.
Yeah, like what would Why would he place the blame on the Dark Worlds? You know.
Weird. Weird little goat boy.
This way doesn't lead to the fountain. Applejacks don't taste like apples.
Applejacks don't taste like apples. Dude, why are they Applejacks? Our product does not taste like what the product is named after. I like that, honestly, Allie. I really like that you saying, like, yeah, in the weird route, in you know, again, I guess in either route, you know, her newfound perspective of herself, allows her to recontextualize what happened to Des, and I mean, yeah, I mean, that is a certain possibility that Des did something to herself, and that would be, yeah, that would be devastating if that were the case. That this whole town has been sent into a tailspin after such a tragedy, you know. And it's not that we're trying to, you know, that she's just around the corner. If only we figure out what the shelter is all about, we could, like, save her. And it's like, she's gone, you know, and everyone's gonna keep living their lives and trying to make sense of that. I could see that being the case. I could see that. It would be really miserable if that were the truth, but I don't know. I don't think that Toby would shy away from a heavy topic like that. I don't think it's most likely thing, but if it is true, the lake would obviously be hermet. Yeah, that was kind of that was what I was thinking. The water is dark symbolism, stepping into the dark. Exactly.
Oh yeah, the identity of the night is that's a can of rules as worms.
But personally, I think that it has to be Des. Personally, I could be swayed, but
These days I'm kind of thinking that Carol Knight would be pretty sick.
Carol Knight,
just because, like, her, like, posing and acting all cool and like messing with Susie and everything,
yeah,
would be funny because she's like,
whoops. Oh my god.
oh, it's all been leading up to this bromide.
Yeah, the whole discussion will have been just a path to bromide. Oh my god, I am so tired. I don't actually, this is gonna be a real challenge for me to get up there.
Now remember Toby's trick on the second to last vine.
No, I'm aware. Can you jump past that one? I don't know. I don't know if
I
that's
actually do not know.
a possibility.
I wonder if the Roaring Knight, or at least their armor, is made out of the same stuff that the Shadow Crystals are made of, or their sword. Because we know their sword is Shadow Crystal.
Yeah.
And considering that Shadow Crystals are basically like failed dreams or whatever Sham says, that's a lot of failure. Or maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Maybe the sword and maybe the knight or the knight's armor is like an embodiment of will, and us like chipping the shard off of it is us kind of chipping away at that will or that dream. I don't know. It's kind of spitballing.
That's okay. You can spitball in here. Patooey.
No Birdly?
No Birdly. You do have the duck, though. The miserable fucking duck.
It's okay, Leviathan. I will share responsibility for,
Yeah, it wasn't
for having
just...
us get
Yeah.
the bromide.
There was no single actor in this that caused me to do it. Ultimately, I could have just said fuck it, but I wanted to. I needed to see the bromide. I had to.
Travis, I do feel I'm leaning toward the same belief that the knight's armor is made of the same shadow crystal material, that the grief and the lost dream of seeing December again has sort of amalgamated whoever's inside the armor into this creature. But as far as we know, the only people that can create fountains are Lightners, so it has to be a Lightner, unless the rules change somehow.
That brings up another, I guess at this point, unanswerable question. But how did the Castletown Dark Fountain get created?
Yeah, that
Because
is
that one,
like
that one has
pure
been
fountain.
there for a while. 'Cause
Yeah.
Ralsei was waiting there for who knows how long.
It was
Sham
obviously- it was gassed.
Sham was there, and the whole history of like the card kingdoms and all that stuff, like pre Deltarune history. Like I assume that was the Castletown Dark Fountain.
Well,
stemming from it.
Allie was saying that, like, she pointed out to me when I was thinking about this, is that every dark fountain has like a history to it, created spontaneously when the dark fountain was created.
Okay.
You know, because like that's the only explanation for like. Well, again, it's hard to really know, but like. Queen seems to have been around for a while. You know, Spamton seems to have been around for a while. You know, like these characters seem to have been relevant in moving around, but like they didn't exist before before that moment. You know, and so there's no way that it had been. There has been years and years of these being around. No, they have to have just come out of the moment.
Yeah, it's maybe more about the history of like the items themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, which makes sense because it's all about the physical objects interacting with the dark world. You know, that's the whole. That's what Darkners are. You know, and so clearly that would be the most important thing. But yeah, I mean, but as I say again, like Sham and Spamton and like how Spamton like seems to be. And the Jevil, like, seeming to be relevant through multiple things. Like, how does that make sense? How does that even remotely make sense? It has to. There has to be logic to it. But what piece of the puzzle are we missing to connect A to B? I can't see the through line there. Maybe someone else does, but I'm not smart enough to figure that out, frankly. Oh, I beat you to it. I'm sorry. Yeah, history reflects the light world, sort of. Yeah.
Sort of the last thing that I want to touch on, and this is less Chapter 5 oriented and more the entire... I was going to mention Tenna talking about Chris watching his broadcast for a long time. Yeah, that's true, and that does reflect the light world. Tenna being like aware of being watched as a TV. But then there's also Tenna and Spamton having interactions, which...
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That makes less than 0 sense.
But then Chris did borrow the library laptop, so... I take it home.
But...
I guess they spoke then? I don't know. I don't know.
It's too... I don't know.
The last thing I was going to mention is that there's this word that keeps popping up in Deltarune, the word make. When Queen is describing what the Roaring Knight did to create the fountain in the library, she says that the Roaring Knight coursed its will into its blade and made.
Yes.
She doesn't say what it made.
That line bugged me for the longest time because I always expected something to follow up the word made, and there wasn't anything there. But like seeing it as just itself, like the knight made, they created
just the verb
something.
It shows up again in one of the prophecy panes, the night which makes with blackened blade. And Spam to Neo in the Weird Route says it's you and your side chick, or you and that Hochi Mama. You've been making, haven't you?
Yeah.
And now that you have your own supply, you don't need me. Like, I find that really fascinating. I don't even really know how to make heads or tails of it, but the idea that I mean, these fountains do kind of create life where there wasn't any before, you know? This is kind of... It is kind of the creation of a dark universe. Before, you know, these light world objects had these feelings, but they didn't have the consciousness to parse them or to take on any kind of personality. And they're influenced by the person who creates the fountain. You know, the artist influences the art. The maker influencing the made. The ultimate payoff.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I don't really have a conclusive thought. I just think it's a very interesting word, I think, to keep in mind. And it's one of these things that if it never gets explained, I still felt like it was an evocative use of language. But it would be curious. I'd be curious to find out if we are going to get to sort of a true lab situation where we're gonna see, like, you know, here's all the experiments that led to the Dark World's discovery, and here's how the darkness was inverted, kind of thing, and you know, here's how we discovered how to turn a laptop into a blue MILF, you know. Ricky, you had no reaction to that. You must be tired.
Oh yeah, you said MILF.
You must be falling asleep.
I'm struggling here. I'm trying my best. In Latin, facio translates roughly to make, but it's also used often to essentially mean a lot of things. Interesting. There could be some relevance to that, for sure. I like it because sometimes, you know, just from a linguistic perspective, from like a writing perspective, I in my own writing, because you know, I write lyrics, and you know, back in high school I wrote like a lot of poetry. I found myself being rather verbose, and I it's been difficult to pare down ideas into as little as possible. And something about the fact that it's just like the verb, and it kind of transforms into like a noun, sort of like it's like a thing. Like making is a thing in this universe.
It gets me.
Yeah, almost like it's like an object you could hold in your hand. Like making is a thing you carry with you. Yeah, it's so it's so bereft of any detail that your mind can't help but go and try and fill in those pieces itself. And I think that it's really it's probably my favorite linguistic thing about this game, and maybe as well as Undertale as well, I'd say. Like
on that subject, I wonder how the Japanese translation handles that.
And I was thinking that too.
I know Toby is very particular about overseeing every aspect of the Japanese translation because that's the only one he feels he can adequately do justice to.
Yeah.
Make sure that his meaning and his intent are properly conveyed.
Yeah, when I feel more confident in my Japanese reading skills, I would like to do a run-through in Japanese and see if I can glean some of that information. I'm sure there are like people who have discussed this online as well, but I mean, I'd like to do that personally, just for my own exploration. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Yeah, he's very hands-on about it, and obviously different languages have different nuances, and this is something that I have thought about a lot lately, especially since Chapter 5 is so Japan, inspired, clearly, it's getting harder and harder to avoid that. Maybe there is something, maybe in order to have a full appreciation of what is being said in this game, you have to come at it from both languages. And only when you get both of those, there's a whole greater than each of those individual parts that we are simply not privy to, looking at through English or even simply Japanese eyes. You have to see it from every angle to understand what's happening. I don't know. That'll be easier to say once the whole game is finished and you're able to view the whole work from beginning to end, and kind of comprehend those differences a little bit more holistically. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Travis. That's something I think that we should keep in the back of our heads as we move forward in this story.
Actually, the Japanese translation came into focus again with Rudy, because Noelle reads, or Noelle speaks aloud on the phone, like, presumably being called by Carol. She says, like, Dad's fallen down, and of course fallen down is like a very particular use of words that was in Undertale, but the Japanese translation does not translate it. It's not the same as the verbiage of fallen down in Undertale. In the Japanese version, it just means like fell over. But question mark, like, are they the same? Is it implied to be the same? I never really understood fallen down to be this thing meaning death in Undertale. I feel like that was reading a little too much into it, but then I was never really as clued in to Undertale as I have been Deltarune, so I don't know.
Well, I think it's like I was saying though, I'm sure that I don't know how to verbalize this. That point about Noelle's dad falling down. I would like to see the context surrounding that as well, and her response to it. And I feel like to take one like word and verb in Japanese, like I don't know. I feel like that would be cutting it too short. Again, I think that you'd have to have a more holistic approach to the whole translation of the game to have an understanding of what is trying to be said there. Because who knows if that verbiage is used in other parts of the game, or I don't know. I don't know really what I'm trying to say.
If we're getting particular about verbiage, I don't think I think Rudy, like, he just fell off the ladder. I don't think he died or anything, because Noelle specifically says on the phone he fell down at the festival, which if he actually passed away on the spot, it would be kind of. It just seems kind of odd, because they would have to declare him dead on the spot, and I don't think that's very likely.
No, I don't think he's dead. I think he fell off the fucking ladder. Yeah. That's for sure. Whatever happened to him after that, he fell off that goddamn ladder. Hopefully his antlers broke his fall, but I can't remember if he has big antlers or small antlers, but. He's got antlers. Yeah, it's a good point. He definitely didn't die. There's no way that she would. Noelle would say anything other than "Dad's dead" if that was the case. So I agree. He's not dead, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know anything. Fuck this.
I'm gonna go get some water. I've got one more thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
I will unfortunately have to go to bed just now.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
Well, in that case, let me
I'm
stop real quick.
Okay.
So, chapter 5, post credits. We see, Susie going into Castletown and getting stuff all ready for Noelle, and then we see Chris, kind of just like sullenly walking away. I guess I wanted to like kind of address this notion of like it feels like Chris is having to distance themselves from deepening their friendship with Susie. In that regard, I don't know.
when did you see that happened?
The post credits scene of chapter 5.
Oh, yeah. Allie, what you're saying?
I think that the burden of Chris's triple truces is starting to kind of wear on them, and the longer that they bond, the more that they bond with Susie, the harder it's going to be to tell them to tell her that they are intertwined into this whole kind of thing.
Yeah.
I also kind of saw it as like, yeah, Chris would love to go into the dark world with Susie and like spend time there, but Chris has someone like Toriel who, if you don't go home, that's going to turn into a whole thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, their relationship has been a bit frayed, so it's sort of like Susie has this kind of paradise in front of her that Chris just can't participate in the same way. It makes me sad.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, Chris's whole situation is sad. I think it was brought about by sadness, and is punctuated by a profound sadness throughout the story as well. Yeah, because triple truces, like exactly like you said. They're being pulled in different directions, and eventually something is going to break, and it's not going to be whatever the deal he made with Carol is. So it has to be this relationship he has with Susie, which he loves. I mean, or they love. They clearly it means a lot to them, but there's not much they can do other than kind of mitigate the emotional pain for themselves however they can. Yeah, it's really sad. I think Chris's story is really miserable, no matter how you sort of spin it or look at it.
Yeah, I do wonder if, because this was sort of like the last fun adventure, if that means that, in chapter 6, we're going to see Chris kind of backing away from those goober activities and just being like, oh, well, I have night stuff to do, so bye-bye, gotta go make a fountain.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be. I think so. I think that this is going to be a marking a shift in Chris's actions and behavior, because we are coming upon the precipice of everything. Where no longer can an obfuscation lie, and everything will be, and it'll hurt. It'll hurt when it becomes evident that Chris has ultimately kind of been betraying the team and the Lightners from the very beginning, or something. Again, we don't really know what's going on, but something like that. Self-preservation, I think, is going to kick in here, because there's not much more that can go. Like, Chris has enjoyed it up to this point to a degree, and now it's time to, the kid gloves are off, and it's time to be done with the fun, and now it's time to make, One
last detail about that scene, Travis, as well, is that I of course, said yes to walking Susie home, so I didn't see this, but if you say no to walking Susie home, Chris puts the soul in a balloon and does it anyway.
Ah,
So it's sort of like Chris is really willing to kind of ignore us and be there for Susie, which makes it all the more heartbreaking that, I mean, Susie deserves the world,
Yeah.
and I think Chris has sort of internalized that they don't deserve the world that Susie's gonna get, that Susie's entitled to.
Mhm.
And that just makes me sad because, you know, if they really do manage to change their fate and the prophecy is avoided, you know, Chris could come away from this remaining allied with them, but depending on
Mm.
how things turn out, you know, Carol's gonna go crazy. If Chris doesn't come clean, someone's going to make them come clean.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to be Carol, I think.
Probably. Freaking Carol. Yeah. It will happen sooner or later. And it has to happen relatively soon. We don't have much more game to play. So, yeah, it'll happen. And it'll suck. Leviathan says, I know this is a while ago, but I was thinking about the shopkeeper's secret boss thing, and the knight is the only one who doesn't give you the item for defeating them because you take it from them rather than giving it. Yeah, exactly. Everyone else willingly parts with the thing, whereas you're shattering a piece of them to take for yourself. You know.
I was just thinking about that. Like, who would have given them the shadow crystal in the first place?
Yeah.
And for what purpose?
Yeah, and what purpose? Mhm.
The knight, you mean?
Well, I mean, like all the secret bosses you face that like give you a shadow
Oh.
crystal, like who
Mhm.
gave them the
Yeah.
crystal and why?
Yeah. What was the
'Cause
purpose?
we know it gives you a good amount of power because it ups the black shard ups Chris's attack by like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's an effort of stopping the party from advancing.
Yeah, but
the
also,
story.
when did it happen? You know, again, like we were talking about, like the timeline of the Dark World and like how much, you know, when does the story of this Dark World happen? You know, like when does Spamton receive this thing? When does it's just so obfuscated, and I think there are like 2 or 3 layers of detail that we are simply not aware of that could give us a clue into what it is, but it's so far away.
Yeah.
Maybe someone who's really good at looking between lines could try and figure something out. I mean, it's like we're at the beginning of an underpass, and you can see the other end of it, you know, as like a little dot in your in you know, far away. You could probably figure it out, but you'd really want to walk up a little closer to really see to get to the end and figure out what's on the other side there. So I don't know, something like that.
It's crazy that we're this far into the game and there's still so much we don't know.
Yeah.
Like you're familiar with Chekhov's gun, right?
Yeah.
Deltarune is like Chekhov's artillery.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like at this point.
And yeah, I think it's really satisfying when it all comes to a head. But I will say that's the one big gripe that I have with Deltarune's writing, is that the fact that it's not a game I can sit down and play the way that I could experience with Undertale. Undertale had the same deal, but I could just play Undertale and get to it and be like, oh, okay, there's the reason, there's all the details that I needed, right? Within...
Yeah, you'll come across it like naturally.
Yeah, within like 10 hours, you know, it's like, okay, there it is. We are multiple years away from having any explanation given to us, and I don't want Toby to sacrifice any part of his game for my convenience, but it just kind of sucks in the moment. And I think that actually, in a way, future people playing Deltarune after the fact will have the best possible experience with it.
Some people have been upset with this chapter that there isn't more lore, that there isn't more expository things. I still think this chapter is terrific. I really have loved this chapter. I don't know if it can take the crown of my favorite, but it gameplay-wise, it's up there. Character-wise, it's up there. It's just fantastic. I think that we're about to see a lot more information given to us in 6 than I think people are prepared for. At least I hope so, because, you know, a mystery is exciting, but when a story's coming to an end, those mysteries are sort of calcifying into something frustrating. And I think that that's why people are like, where's Gaster? It's like, yeah, it's easy to make fun of them because they want to see Gaster on screen, but also they've been anticipating this mysterious thing for so long. I can understand that it's coming from a place of passion. It's coming from a place of excitement. That being said, I don't think Gaster's gonna show up.
He's gonna have to, as much as I don't want him to. You know.
Honestly, I don't think he's going to show up.
Well,
not as Gaster. Maybe as some external force.
no, I think Gaster and the Gaster sprite will be like. I think that they will show up and he will say, "Hi, I am Gaster." Genuinely, I think that all that's gonna happen, because that's the big. I don't know. I just have a feeling that that's gonna be where it goes, and I hope it doesn't, because I find the character loathable.
I will say that Deltarune thus far has sort of been playing a little fast and loose with Chekhov's egg, lesser known rule of storytelling, which is that if an egg is handed to you in Act 1, it's beneficial if the egg hatches by about Act 3.
Right, exactly. If you have multiple eggs, well,
You better count them.
you got the whole roost right there.
Yeah, they can come on roots. Which is an anagram for roots, believe it or not.
And that'll be the end of the stream, everybody. So, yeah, because I'm genuinely fading. I need to end and go take a nap.
It's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
But it is sleepy time.
for sure. So yeah, that'll be the end of our Deltarune experience, and for at least a while. I'm sure we will do like a fully voice acted run through at some point in the future, but for now, you know, we'll leave it there. It's been a great run though. I really enjoyed it. And thank you guys again for being here, Travis and Allie. Again, I really appreciate your input.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Can we see how many of these
Thank you
theories
for
actually
being
come
here.
true? Yeah.
Shay, Leviathan, thank you for being here. What a Toby. What a dog.
What a funny little dog. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So and it'll be cool seeing how things manifest, Shay. I think that it'll be awesome when we finally all. I think it'll be very satisfying when everything comes to an end. Will everybody be happy? No, but no one's ever totally happy with you know, media. There will always be somebody who's disgruntled by it. So I'm just along for the ride, and no matter what happens, I'm going to appreciate the game that I played up to this point has been truly fantastic, and it only seems to get better the further it goes. So yeah, be very cool. Thank you, WStream, appreciate you. Chapter 7 is gonna be chaos, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be like Armageddon, and even in the normal route, and in the weird route, it's just gonna like the bowels of hell will swallow everyone, and I don't know. It'll be very uncanny to experience that, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. All right, well, I am going to go enjoy the rest of my night. Once again, thank you guys for being here and joining me on this whole adventure. It's been great having you guys. Awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. All right, everybody. I will see you maybe tomorrow, maybe the other day. We're playing some different games, but appreciate you guys. Take it easy, everybody.
Goodbye.